Welcome back, everybody, to the Odyssey podcast with your girl, Word Justice. Welcome, Genuine Artistry. Thank you for always pulling up on me. Um, I just wanted to drop in, of course, to give you guys a few updates, have some conversation. I always love having conversation. If you guys were in my previous lives, I was basically talking about certain things that I came across in the news. And we basically also spoke on the many mass shootings that was happening. But obviously, it's another agenda because if you guys can go back to my last live, you will remember me telling you guys that they were basically discussing while all these mass shootings were going on, that the U.S. and North Korea was testing missiles inside of the waters. So now I have another update for you guys, which is the US is now warning North Korea that is preparing nuclear tests considering use of tactical nuclear weapon. So I just really want to give you guys a quick breakdown on that, right? So the top US diplomat tasked with handling the standoff with North Korea basically said on Tuesday that the isolated regime of Kim Jong un was preparing to conduct its seventh nuclear weapon test. The U.S. State Department's special representative Sung Kim told reporters he had no specific information about the exact timing of the test. South Korean media have speculated it could happen by the end of the week. Some analysts point to June 12th as a potential date, the anniversary of the first meeting between Kim Jong un and former President Donald Trump. Welcome, Gray. Welcome, Gray. Thank you for pulling up. Welcome. Well, genuine artistry. That's why I'm always happy you in the building because when I come out and I come and say something, I know you have the intel. So you already know, girl, I need the intel. So you can definitely come up. But that's what caught my eye. I said, wow, it's the anniversary to the first meeting between Kim Jong un and former President Donald Trump. Ain't that some shit? Oh, okay. That's hubby. Okay, welcome, welcome. So I got to call you Unc. All right, we got Unc and Auntie in the building. I know that's right. Thank you guys for pulling up on me. So I mean, genuine artistry. Let me know because when I definitely see and ran across and I started reading the whole article, I was like, okay, that's kind of odd. And it's kind of odd how they kind of centered it around the anniversary of Donald Trump while he was in presidency. And so now for me, of course, I'm thinking in my mind, okay, what are y'all doing? Like I'm nosy right now. I need to know what are they doing and what are they plans because it is too much that's going on. And yes, I could really, like I told, I can pay attention. Oh, there goes my auntie right there. Hi,
Hi, Nisi.
how you
So
feeling?
I
Yes,
feel
I always love when you come through because when I get these kind of intel, we gonna say FN, and FN is fake
fake
news, and we
news,
don't
right?
care what YouTube has to say about it. So yes, I mean, please fill me in, because I like to suck it all up.
Right. Well, regarding what we were building about the last time I was on the panel, and my apologies, my phone was died while I was out, and it was noisy where I was at. But I was so eager to tap in because it was needed, and this is what I love about what you're doing. But we're dealing with an administration that is fraudulent. There is no president. There's no president. The military is in control. Now, regarding North Korea, I told you the last on your last when I was on the panel last time that North Korea is an ally.
Mm-hmm.
Kim Jong Un is an ally of the United States now because he flipped. Because he can't run into the United States to Trump because his sister, the next in line, tried to poison him.
Wow.
And it's just ironic how you mentioned that it's the year anniversary about them even having a conversation.
Yes.
Trump went on a world tour. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
back in 2017, 2018, he went on a world tour to these different countries that are deep state with a whole bunch of fouls, CD-ROMs files of exposing these countries and these presidents and these leaders of their involvement in all kind of espionage, but the main thing is child trafficking, okay, and money laundering. Because these foundations, the Clinton Foundation, all these so-called foundations that are supposed to be helping people, they are money laundering fronts, and they fronts for child trafficking. The Clinton Foundation is the biggest and was the biggest in the world. But North Korea is an ally of this country. What you dealing with right now is Project Mockingbird or Operation Mockingbird, which is mainstream media. Mainstream media is a big fake news outlet. These news reporters that you see, such as your Anderson Coopers, your Don Lemon is a female, okay? These are transgenders, okay? But Anderson Cooper from CNN, who was executed back in 2019, you see in CGI the deep fake. A deep fake is where they can take anybody and voice over and make a deep fake. I've shown examples of that. They even show examples of it themselves on the internet. A deep fake where you see these people that's supposed to be out here, but they're not. Anderson Cooper is a CIA operative, or was a former CIA operative. Anderson Cooper is a child of one of the 13 families. His mother, it was Gloria Vanderbilt of the Vanderbilt family, the 13th family. The Vanderbilt clothing, Gloria Vanderbilt, these are elite families, okay? Anderson Cooper was an asset. So what you're seeing is mainstream media with this fake news. There is no president. They pushing this agenda and these narratives, the fearmonger, and it still make people think that these people are in power and around. Under the Insurrection Act of 1807, which was invoked by Donald Trump on Election Day of 2020, the military is in charge of this country. Donald Trump was the 45th. There is no 46th president. Joe Biden, skin mask, because that ain't the real Joe Biden. That's an actor playing a role. We're transitioning from a corporation back to a republic pre-1871. So all of this stuff you've seen is fake news. And I love the fact that you have the open mind, you have open the dialogue to even discuss and say, look, some shit ain't even right. They don't sound right. You understand what I'm saying? Instead of just going with the status quo or just with the collective of sheep. So this is why I love what you're doing, because of just opening or sparking the door. Wait a minute, no, there's some shit ain't right. Let me go and research and try to connect dots, because that's what I do. Connect dots.
Yes. I mean, my mind was blown. I'm like, hold on, because I spoke about it on a prior live, because something was boggling. It was boggling to me that, and you said it perfectly, U.S. and Korea are allies, and they've been allies for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, right, talking about it from the last live, it was like, okay, all these mass shootings is going on, and you guys are supposedly doing missile testing in the waters, right? Okay. Y'all chilling pretty much, supposedly, while all these mass shootings are happening back to back. And
Mm-hmm.
then come around, you guys got this article just out here, put out here to let it be known. Now US wants to warn North Korea. Like, if they put it out there as if almost US and North Korea is about to have beef with each other.
The same way they did with the Ukraine. It's to show. See, people have to think. If people were privy in the know about what's been happening, then they would see it a mile away. It's the white hats or the good guys are basically, for optic purposes only, putting this stuff out for you to see these crimes being played out, because it's not shoplifting till you leave the store with it. You don't hear nothing about Ukraine anymore, but I got a doozy for you, and I have the
I mean,
receipt.
it looked, I'm gonna be honest with you, it
But
just looked like so much things that, like
but
it looked staged. A lot of it.
and I'm gonna tell you, it's for optics. Okay, it's $2. Okay, listen, they got a Google satellite. These NSA satellites, Trump control all that. These Google satellites can zoom in on your pubic hairs, but meanwhile, all the footage that they put out is grainy, is old. I put receipts out where they've had these crisis actors. There's one in particular, this man that was supposed to be a CNN reporter that supposedly died in Afghanistan in 2016, but then they used the same picture and then just changed the caption and said that this reporter died in the Ukraine. How you died twice? The same with this chick from the shooting in Texas. How did you die at Sandy Hook, but then you died again in Texas? It's bullshit. Okay, but I'm a up the ante even more. I got a receipt, and I should have sent it to you before you went live so that you could have showed it or just looked at it. That Uvalde shooting, that mass shooting, that school shooting.
Yes.
Now there was 12 supposedly victims, 2 adults and 10 children. How is it that now the intel comes out that there are no records of birth for those 10 children? Now you think about the future proven the past about all these school shootings. It's because you think them children are dead or you think them children is kidnapped for trafficking. Now you go back in the Columbine and all these school shootings. Where are these children at? There is no, the video I got shows shows this patriot going into the database, vital statistics, and typing in the ages and the date of births or the supposedly names and ages of these children, and not one of them got a birth certificate. Not one. It's because it's easy for these children to disappear. It's about these children. No record of birth at this mass shooting.
So
and
now
why?
Let
And
me
all
play
these, wait,
devil's
one more thing. All these mass shootings are happening at the school. What's that school? These children. At churches. These children. At these movie theaters. Children. Amusement theme park. The biggest one I talked about last night when I was live before they zapped my shit was, remember growing up, you hearing the stories in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s about these children that disappeared at Disney World. Disney World is a whole pedophile conglomerate, child trafficking conglomerate.
Wow. I'm be real with you. You know, coming from the New York area, I can actually go back, and I'm still young, so I can go back when I was a small child, and you will see kids on the milk cartons. You will see them like if you're entering the train station, posted up on a bus stop. Maybe they got a post on a Chinese, like when you're walking past a Chinese food restaurant of kids that were missing. And I always wondered to myself, how come these children were never found? But then they have this computer bullshit imaging that they will show you like, oh, this is what they would have
the age
like
progression,
it
right?
was like
Age
huh?
progression.
But
Because I'm gonna tell you why.
if you guys could literally zoom into every and anything, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I don't know if you heard recently what they're about to do. Mayor Adams just issued for all New York City transit, as far as the train system, the subway system, they will have what you call a gun detector. Now they're saying they will be able to detect you having a gun from when you enter the subway system without even having to look or search or do anything, because the detectors is so powerful that it could be able to catch facial recognition and also see what's inside the bag.
And that is bullshit. Okay.
What the hell?
Eric Adams is out of here. Eric Adams is a deep state puppet. Eric Adams, the first comment he made publicly about after so-called elected was that he was taking his first paycheck in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is pedophile money. They parading these people on the TV. They showing you their crimes. Their infringement on, we are a republic. Nothing that goes against the Constitution will be allowed. They showing you, they want the people to see what that is a violation of your Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. The right to bear arms. Now, speaking back about the milk cartons, those milk cartons, them children of milk cartons, you were supposed to think that was to help find them. No, those milk cartons were advertisements to sell them children, and the pedophile symbols was on the milk cartons too. I got that receipt too. They were just like the Wayfair. They were selling children with the pillow being named Anna at $10,000. That's the child that you got when you bought that pillow. The coordinates, the date, and everything about coordinates for where they kidnapped these children from. That whole Wayfair shit exposed. I exposed all that amongst the whole plethora of other people. Amazon, Wayfair, eBay, all of them, they traffic children. They sell children. Who's paying $10,000 for a pillow? No, that's the price of the child. So the milk cartons was an advertisement to sell those children, to buy them, not to help find them. And because of Adam Walsh, or John Walsh, excuse me, for America's Most Wanted, the agency for missing and exploited children was established. Because John Walsh was like, find my fucking son. His son, they told him that his son, they said that they sent the decapitated head of his son and told him that was his son. He didn't believe that was his son because he's still looking for his son. Natalie Holloway, that child that supposedly disappeared in Aruba, they found her on where? Pedophile Island. That Natalie McCann little girl that was kidnapped by Ghislaine Maxwell, the Podestas in Portugal, they found her at the Black Forest where the Rothschilds have their real life Hunger Games. This shit is deeper than Nino Brown. But initially about North Korea is an ally. Russia is an ally. The president of India is an ally. And so is President Xi of China. It's 5 countries that are in alliance with Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the 45th, the last president of the corporation because the corporation is no more. He's the 19th president of the republic. We are transitioning from a corporation to a republic. Now, Donald Trump went over there, unscathed, went over there on his world tour. First, he went to Saudi Arabia first, and Saudi Arabia is forbidden for anyone outside of the crown prince or the king to hold that sword. And you got pictures that they had a whole ceremony for the name. And Donald Trump held the sword. Look, Bong threw the folder down. Look, we know you involved in all of this. You're going to do the right thing. You're going to get down or lay down, or you're going to wind up at Gitmo with either your head cut off, lethal injection, or firing squad. So these countries, they laying down, they flipping, they telling on other niggas. These indictments going from 150,000 to almost 1 million. Hence, you see the trickle down from the top of the upper echelon down to the niggas at the curb. Young Thug is on a RICO. They deny him bond because he on a RICO charge. A RICO is a way to lock a whole bunch of niggas up at once.
Oh,
There's no getting out of a RICO charge. No, there's no getting out of it. So this is what you're seeing happening here. It's fear mongering. Now, Donald Trump, we've been programmed to be scared of North Korea because North Korea, their army is different. They got these little, they small army of these children is 50,000. Okay, they start these children at 8, 10 years old training them. But the threat of nuclear anything is coming from the deep state. They want this country to be a totalitarian dictatorship, a communist regime, because all these people are communists on the low. They want us to be dependent on welfare and government assistance, as it is in China. This country was sold to China a long time ago. So people, they can't tell you why they hate Donald Trump, and he's done the most for all people. Even though niggas, they can't tell you why that racist narrative, it was exposed that it was bullshit. That whole thing that happened in Charlottesville. The mainstream media copied and edited that video of him saying that the white supremacists are not the bad guys. Meanwhile, that ain't what he said. Then the footage of the whole video came out. All you heard was crickets and tumbleweeds. People hate Trump because these puppets is out here. All these rappers had Donald Trump named all they raps.
I definitely think there's a lot of puppetry going on. I definitely do think that. And
these are paid ops, these puppets.
Yeah. But behind my thought process also, because I've been also like coming across certain things that just been making me think. It's been a lot of droughts in certain areas and a lot of places that are underwater, that been underwater according to them, right? Has resurfaced. One in particular recently was in Egypt. This city was underwater for millions of years, and it now resurfaced because, as you know, at a certain time in Egypt, it's almost like a desert, right?
Right.
And when this whole city resurfaced itself and you look at it, it's almost like, wow, you could tell that it's been underwater for a long time. But the question that I'm asking myself is like, these cities that's been underwater so long, why are they reemerging? One reemerged in Mexico and a few other international places that I'm trying to figure out, like, What is it? And for some reason, these people are trying to go in and knock it down.
Because other life, other beings exist, and that's the secret that they've been trying to hide. Donald, the good guys, the white hats, told you to watch the water. There's so many ways of watching the water. The Three Gorge Dam in China, they tell you to watch the water with that because behind that dam are these servers that have all of
Great.
this child trafficking shit going on. Okay,
Great. You're 100% right. Great on you.
the PNG.
You're
Yeah,
100% right.
the earth is
Mm-hmm.
the earth is resetting herself. So these cities, the universal shift. It started with all 9 planets of alignment on December 21st of 2021. That started the universal shift. You're starting to see the energy surface. You're starting to see everything that you've been blocked from surfacing. There are other beings out here. We are beings. We are human beings, though. We're supreme beings. It's a two-part equation. The human, the 3D aspect of it, meaning your flesh, your organs, your hormones, your blood, your brain. But then your spirituality is the being part, the 5D. So we've been disconnected from that because of the calcification of the pineal gland. Like we could be on live all week. It still won't get just scratches in the surface of what we've been blocked from regarding our history and just the history of the universe. So when you see the news, like turn it off because all it's going to do is it's a programming, television programming. It tells you right there. The news, they circumvent, they roll the same clips every 10 minutes. It's a plethora of post-traumatic stress. Back in the days, you would never see somebody get shot on TV. There's cameras everywhere. The news, it'll come to trigger you, and then 2 minutes later, it's something else.
No,
It's
I'm
something
gonna
else.
be
It's
real
something
with you. You know where I'm at, right? I'm in Southside. I'm in the hood,
right.
and not for nothing, we on flames. Like I'll give you a perfect example.
Right.
I'm going to the supermarket. I'm up the block. I'm on a 9. You know what I'm saying? So I'm right there. Going to the supermarket. What's outside? Channel 7 News. What done happened? They done the niggas that hang out on the corner done went on the side of the supermarket arguing with somebody else. Shots lick off. One dude ends up dead.
See, but see, here's the thing: you have the mainstream media that's pushing these fake news and these narratives to trigger people, but then on the other end of the spectrum, these niggas in the street are actually physically choosing to do shit. It ain't because of the news, it's because they physically triggered for whatever reason. It's devilishment. And niggas
I
are
mean, it's definitely devilishment, but
right.
I have seen it at a height, and not for nothing. It's really like with the younger youth right now. Like
But yeah,
they're
but
not
niece,
playing no game.
right, but niece, at the end of the day, you have a choice. These people are choosing to do this.
No, and I totally agree. I
Right.
feel like it's a choice, but then when you're talking about children that's the age of like 15 and 16, and I'm talking about shit that's close to home type shit. That you know what I'm saying? When that is happening, you have to ask yourself what is going on mentally, and then on top of it, you know some of these children are coming out of poverty, but yet even though they're coming out of poverty, it's so easy for them to be accessible to have a gun, right?
Right.
Like they got the ghost guns. As
Mm-hmm.
we know, it's so much shit that they push, but they push it into these urban communities, and which real bodies is dropping because it ain't no fake bodies. These are real bodies you seeing dropping right before your eyes.
Right.
But yet and still, if we don't get no nothing. And yes, I feel some type of way about it because it becomes so upsetting to see us continue to the cycle of just like, all right, boom, we gonna do their job. What?
And that's what it is. And it's not and it's not the white man. It's niggas is involved in the agenda as well. They sitting back with
I
their
think I'm
arms.
over. I'm over that statement of blaming
Right.
the white man. Like I'm
Right.
over that
Right.
statement
It's
because
played out right.
it
Mm-hmm.
comes a point in time in life where you now have to take accountabilities for your
Yes.
action. Now,
It's
am
a
I
truth.
saying that it was not times where shit took place that set us back? But we
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
continue to set ourselves back over and
Yes.
over again and want to sit there and blame. And this is how I feel, honestly. I'm tired of people blaming the white man, and I'm damn sure tired of people blaming the immigrants. Because I feel if you was born on American soil, you were born here in America, why are you mad at the people that come here from another country and do 10 times more than what you are doing, and you were born here, but then you mad and
Because
you afforded the same shit.
here's the thing. It's all by
And then
design.
you want to understand, you want to hear something. There's a lot of pro-black, right? And a lot of pro-blacks, but they don't even understand this is not a you an immigrant here too. What you think them Caucasians look at you as? They don't look at you as of this land that you was born here.
Because
They still look
they
at you
weren't
as a
born
damn
here.
ignorant immigrant too.
It's only two races. You are the original or you non-original. And the term colored man is not referred to people of color. It refers to the white man because the white man is grafted, created from our own DNA. The secret covenant tells you that in the one bar it says the biggest secret is that they should never find out that we come from them. They come from us. Yakub.
Excuse me. You are so right. And yes, Gray, you are right too. I'm sorry because I am now having to unlearn everything that
Yeah, we
I
all
thought
have.
was fact.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
using that word, pro melanated, okay, I feel you on that because it's you never met a black person, right? Like let's be real, in the sense of you never met somebody that looked like the color black in the crayon box.
It's
Just
about
like you
that's
never
what it is. It's about status. Under the
right.
corporation, black means death. It doesn't mean shit. Hence, hence why you need to establish your nationality, your status as a sovereign, a national, not a citizen. A citizen is an enemy to the state. A national, which means what comes with
Hmm.
national is the freedom that comes with that. And you get an international passport recognized, you will be recognized as a living, existing human being. Right now, you are a number. The birth certificate and the social security card, under the corporation, you are an employee, a worker, a number. And let me, this build I was doing the other day regarding, you just had my baby niece. When your birth certificate and your birth certificate is deemed a birth certificate and a death certificate the same day. And how it's deemed that is because when you naturally give birth, you push your child out, and then they make you wait 5 minutes, and then you push out the placenta. The placenta is a life too. They take that, they discard it, and they monetize it. They deem it dead without you even knowing it. Because in
Yes,
the
you is
it,
not lying, Earth. You are so right because as you said that, I definitely read up on something based on what they do with our placentas and how important the placenta is.
yeah, it's
And
a
the part
life.
listen, it's crazy because yeah, it's a life form that's keeping the next life source, which is the baby, going.
But let me build on piggyback off of that. They discard it, they monetize it. That's how the birth certificate, the acknowledgement that you was born is the footprint on the paper in ink. We come from civilization when a child is born, that they take the baby to villages, they take the child, they put the baby feet in the ground, they're connected with the earth. They don't do that. When you born in the hospital, your child in the hospital, they take your baby, put your baby footprint in some ink and put it on paper to acknowledge that the child was born. And they take the placenta. They take what they want from it. They discard it and then they deem that dead. Okay, that's what it is. But then here go the gotcha. When you give birth in that placenta, okay, that placenta is not attached to you. It's attached to that baby. That's the key. It's attached to the
Mm,
baby, not you.
right. Exactly.
Right, to you.
Hmm.
It's the stem cells. And here it's even deeper. In the Bible, it tells you to, in the comfort of your wherever, in your own space, to eat it, to eat the placenta because
Hmm.
it's life. So that's what it is. At that moment, they monetize it and they put my niece, you have a trust, the irrevocable trust, sitting right now. worth about $250 million. And the workshops I'm doing is getting people to that money and the freedom that comes with it. They
Mm.
monetize it.
Wow.
So,
Mm,
you
mm,
know,
mm.
you are,
And you ain't lying because they got placenta pills. You can go buy that shit.
so at
Shit
the
is
end of the
crazy.
day, it's so much. It's so much. But the mainstream media is an op, just like everything the fuck else. It's about 150 ops. I listed them on a live last week. That the good guys, they are reversing things that have been put in play for hundreds of years and thousands of years regarding these children, because they've been drinking baby blood and killing these babies since the beginning of time. I have pictures and paintings from the 10th century, the 9th century, even BC, where they eating these children in paintings. So the fake news,
It's
people don't want to believe it if it ain't on the news. Meanwhile, the news been lying to you, right?
I
Or
mean,
or
I'll
niggas
be
don't want to believe you. If I've been making knowledge born for 14 years just in life regarding this shit in the past 2.5 years on the internet. They won't
but
believe.
the thing is when you're dealing with people, and this is the realest shit ever, because what has happened was the elders are the ones who keep on passing down and supposed to keep on passing down the knowledge. Welcome, life of pearl. And it's supposed to keep passing down the knowledge, but the elders knowledge, they are so indoctrinated that and stuck in their ways that they do not want to see nothing else. So now what their generation passes down continuous to our generation, it's like we have been also doctrinated, and it's only now that for some reason the energies and spirits have been somewhat been waking up, that has allowed people to start to want to open their vision, which you consider the pineal gland that opens that third eye. But it's not enough of us though.
It started with 2020, the year we are in the age of Aquarius, meaning the clairvoyance, the see, the sight. But at the end of the day, the elders, I tell people to reach out and find your ancestry demon, because your elders have history. Is so many people who disregard their elders when the history is with your elders. Your bloodline, your ancestry is with your elders. People take their
Yeah.
elderly and they stuff them in a
And
nursing home. They don't go see them. They don't ask questions. It's so much history with your elders. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, it's night. But
you ain't telling no lie with that. And it's sad because it's true when you really think about it, and you don't really, even being a young person, you wouldn't sit down with your elders and listen to what they have to say. Like
no,
my grandmother, I now realize at where I'm at that I'm listening, my ears are open, because she has so much jewels as far as
yes,
just health and just
mm-hmm.
old remedies in order to keep
Yes,
the
mm-hmm.
body going, that
Mm-hmm.
I was never aware of. That things that she was giving me as a little girl, that she's like, look, these are things that I always, a cold what? I'm not rushing to give you guys nothing. I'm rubbing you guys down, boiling the bush. You got to drink
Yes.
that. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
That
that
goes in that
along
time.
the way has
Mm-hmm.
been lost. And I honestly
It's
feel
technology. It's technology, and
you ain't
they
never lie.
and they
You ain't never lie.
misrepresentation their misrepresentation narrative regarding science. At the end of the day, before there was technology and before they tried to make science the primary, before there was hospitals, you had holistic doctors, witch doctors that you were programmed to believe was some voodoo bad shit. No, mainstream media technology has
Yeah,
taken people away
because
from
guess
their
what?
natural
They want
immunity.
to teach you everything that they deem that we did and we created to be bad.
That the mainstream media, especially with the COVID, to block you from your natural immunity. Because we come from household where the hospital was the last motherfucking place you went. It was everything in the house. If you had pink eye, my abuela rubbed coffee grinds on the eye to get rid of it. Olive oil, if you had a fever, they put the onions in socks, rubbed you down with Vicks. Every was a vinegar for this. It was a remedy already in your house. or they went to the
Mm-hmm.
store and got some herbs or some ginger and bought that. Everybody with the COVID, the first thing they was doing was running. The first thing you did before you tried anything. Meanwhile, 2 years prior to that, when you had a cold, you just had some soup. You made some homemade soup. You had some vitamin C, and you stayed your ass at home. You sweated out the cold. But now, because it's on the TV, everybody, the first thing they doing is running to these hospitals, and they was not coming out of them. The first place you went there just for a cold because they told you the 3 symptoms, and you. Meanwhile, these are symptoms that come with a cold. All they did was take a common cold, a virus, and put a name on it.
My
Meanwhile,
problem with that is, and I always say it, it's crazy because if I could have did an at-home birth, I sure would have.
right.
I would have never. Because let me tell you something. The experience that I had in the hospital while giving, and mind you, being in birth for 3 days. Listen, horrible. But understanding that the pharmaceutical and the hospital work as a unit,
Mm-hmm.
everything, and this is the thing, we are
It's
so caught up in
corporation shit. It's about
exactly.
revenue.
But the problem is we are so caught up, Earth, in, oh, they know what they're talking about. They have even trained our people, okay, to give us the poison.
These doctors and
And I
nurses, you mentioned black seed
always,
oil to them. They don't know. They don't know nothing about that. How you don't know nothing about black seed oil and sea moss? How?
yes,
Everything, yo. You get a printout. When you leave the hospital, you got a 7-8 pound baby, and then you got a 10 pound discharge paper. Everything they gave you. A pill is $30. The diapers, the formula, everything.
everything, everything.
Meanwhile, when you give birth to your children, you keeping a cycle going on with the birth certificate, because when you sign that birth certificate and the social security card, you sign it away your child to the water, that city or state it was born in. Hence why CPS be ready to come take your child if your child ain't in school or if your child ain't vaccinated. It's because you are property. You are under a job. Once you working at a corporation or a company, you they worker, you they property. Hence why you have a manager. These are all brackets of business, even down to the birth. When you give birth to at home, you keep everything. It's
Yes,
no,
yes,
they monetize. Yo, there's no
yes.
money that now. I have my oldest daughter, your niece, at in 2000. And I had an emergency C-section because my water had leaked 3 weeks before, and I had no amniotic fluid. They had to take the baby right then and there. Now, C-sections was rare, but in 2000, when that millennial turned over, yo, I had the C-section. They put me in the recovery room. It was like an infirmary in the army. It was these cots, and it was like 10 of us laid over, and we all had C-section. Come to find out, my C-section was $150,000. I heard it's almost $1 million now, 20-something years later. There's no money in natural birth. Hence why you give the hospital charges you for everything. They don't when you push the baby out naturally, they don't charge you for that. They charge you for that gown, the fucked up slippers, the fucking IV, the pills, the formula, the Pampers, the nasty food.
Listen,
There's no
they
money in
charge
it.
you for every single thing, and the saddest part about it, the whole thing is, it's never doing anything that's gonna, like, even when they decide to be like, oh, you got to take this medication and that medication, that shit is not doing anything
It's no
to
cure.
assist you, because regardless, if you think, and everything is mental, and that's the main thing I don't think we ever thought about. Everything is mental. We can
Right.
even make ourselves sick just by the way we're
Right.
thinking, right?
Right. Right. You
So
manifest
you
something
constantly
mentally
like,
and manifest physically. Right.
exactly, right there.
And vice versa. And vice versa.
And that's how they were able to control and conquer. But now having an understanding that whatever they're going to give you, when you allow your mind to think, oh, it's fixing this, okay, just say it may be helping you with that, because in your mind, once you take it, you automatically start feeling better, not realizing that it's eating something else inside of you.
It's a constant cycle of keeping you from your pineal gland. That is the key. That is the big secret. You have 2 eyes in which you see, but your third eye gives you real vision. Your vision of the gift that you possess, because we all have gifts: telekinesis, empathy, telepathy. You can move shit with your mind. Listen, man, this shit is deep. But that pineal gland it's not a myth. The third eye is not a myth. It's a real thing. Hence them sticking that shit up your nose, checking for bloodlines. You don't check for a virus up your nose, okay? Your ear, nose, and throat is connected. How you check to see if somebody has a virus or an infection is you test the white blood cell count. How I know that? Because I had appendicitis when I was 10 years old, almost died. They did a white blood cell count. My shit was like 100,000. The normal is 20. I had a ruptured appendix in my body for almost a year. So it's all about revenue, and it's keeping you from that. These people that
Well,
they stick into these mental hospitals, calling them saying they're schizophrenic and all that, is bullshit. People that hear voices, it's not crazy. They hearing the other side. They have a direct connect with people that are traveling in 5D that have passed away. They tell you that a lobotomy, you cannot remove part of the brain and the brain's still active. That's now cipher. What they
yeah.
doing, the lobotomy is a code for they taking out your pineal gland. That's what they doing. They removing you from your memories of your past travels. Your soul is infinite. You have been here in different bodies multiple times. That's a whole nother bracket of topic of
Listen, let me tell you something.
conversation.
You know, I like to talk about all that. I'm into
Yeah.
listening. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I truly believe that too, because sometimes I sit back and I ask myself, like, yo, why am I so interested in certain ancient things? Or like I'm so interested in
because
like I'm
you've been
this is what
around
I've
it
had,
before. You've
and
been
I want to
around
know
it before.
what was this. But I'm gonna say something real quick. Life of Pearl just said, why didn't wow, I didn't know that maybe that is why they told me once I had a C-section, I could never deliver a baby naturally.
They tell you that, but you can't. I know people who have natural birth after C-section. I just didn't. I had a scheduled C-section with my little one, but my little one was stuck in my ribs. I had a blood transfusion and liposuction. She was stuck up in my ribs. But you can definitely give birth naturally after that. But they tell you that because if you go and have another C-section, that's another 150 or 200,000 for the hospital. That's
And
what
let
that
me tell
is.
you something that is so true because let me tell you straight up, I have never had a C-section until I had my daughter.
That
Okay.
part.
And it was crazy because I was in labor for 3 days, like I said, and I was in excruciating pain. But in my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm pushing her out. Then
Mm-hmm.
they hit me with, oh, you have COVID. I'm like, this shit is
He
unbelievable.
had
These
no
COVID
fucking COVID.
bullshit, right?
Please.
That's what they hit me with. Then they like, I'm trying to like, go through the process. I'm trying to hold on. I'm catching fever, all this stuff, whoopie whoop. Now, mind you, I wasn't trying to induce my labor. But when I got there, they was like, it's a lot of stuff going on, and we just want to make sure that we try to figure out and get her out safely and So I'm like, okay, whatever, right? We're gonna do whatever. So they like, oh, we're going to induce your labor or whatnot. But prior to them even doing that, I was already having contractions. I went to the hospital twice. Okay. One was
Mm-hmm.
for them to turn the baby around. But the first time it was I was having back to back contractions, like
Uh-huh.
1 minute apart. They
Right.
sent me home. And this shitty ass hospital, when I promised, I tell you, every time I went, it was always something new. Now I gotta go for them to turn the baby around. After they did the turn for the baby, the 2 days after that, I had to go back for them to induce it. And I think the worst thing I ever let them do was put that Pitocin in. Because
I had
once
that. I
they
had that.
did that, once
It,
they did that, that
it's
put me at a
unnatural.
halt.
It's unnatural that pitocin because eat
The
in our
first lady, I'm
hi
sorry, I'm
I
sorry,
sis
The first lady presenting Auntie's house. Welcome, Ma. Welcome, welcome. I'm happy you pulled
I
up.
sis. Yep.
Let me, oh my God, let me throw that link. You got right ahead. Go right ahead, Earth.
When
Spit
you
that knowledge.
that pitocin is unnatural. Like that's why it's so important to speak to elders as old as you can go back if you have them around because before this medication and big pharma was involved, women was in that shit. Women was in labor for a week, damn near. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's natural. You're supposed to go through that. Okay. So when I had my emergency C-section, they had to take the baby because there wasn't no amniotic fluid. But My amniotic sac didn't break. My water, I never had no net. My water never broke. I never had that plug that show, none of that shit. I didn't even dilate. The doctor had to stick his hand up in me to open me up 1 centimeter. And I was at 1 centimeter for 12 hours. So they came in, the doctor came in with this long needle and stuck it up in me. And that was to pop the amniotic sac. And once it did that, it felt like I peed on myself. A little bit of water came out, fluid came out. And then that's when they attached that Pitocin. And that Pitocin is unnatural because contractions dictate time. Sometimes it's 3 minutes apart, 5 minutes apart, hour apart. But that Pitocin it dictates that you have a contraction every 30 seconds, and that puts stress on the baby heart. The monitor was going off, the graph was at the top. I was screaming every 30 seconds. And then they give you Pitocin after the C-section to contract the cervix. I'm like, yo, that was the worst. And then they gave me morphine. No, not morphine, Demerol. But I'm gonna say something else about this. I have a lot of back pain now. I never had any surgery on my back. I never been in no accident, no scoliosis, no sciatica, shrinkage of the spine, none of that stuff. I had an epidural that didn't work. They put that shit up my spine. It didn't work. I still felt the contractions. But then when I had my scheduled C-section with London, they gave me a spinal tap directly in the spine. And the reason why I have these back pains now, and Miss Aisha told me, is because when they stick that shit in your spine, that is throwing off your chakras. Your chakra is down the back, down your spine. From the crown chakra down to the bottom. And that threw off my chakras. And that's why my back is all fucked up now. So they directly infiltrate your chakras. It's so much holistically that we as a people need to learn and get back to. But that pineal gland is a motherfucker, excuse my French, is something different.
Okay, well, if we're talking nonsense, you don't have to stay around. You can find your way on out. Uh, you can definitely find your way out. It's not a
You
problem.
can find your way out, or
Listen,
you could drop a location. Do that. Or get the fuck up out of here.
you know,
Everybody tough behind a device. You mad or not? You bored you over here?
I'm gonna tell you something though, right? You
Oh,
know what that is?
child.
That is literally what you call devilshment, right? Bad energy. And it's always going to be bad energy that will come around. And so with that, I always stay and always will protect my energy. Mods, could y'all do me a favor and completely block him?
Who got a? I got a register, but I can't go out. You
No,
mad or not?
don't worry about it. Okay, no problem. Well, anyway, if I even keep on entertaining that, it's going to be something else. But you could go ahead and continue. But like I said, it's so crazy because this is a perfect example of just all the devilshment that comes about. You understand what I'm saying? People seeking attention, people
Mm-hmm.
lack of wanting to open their eyes to have a different, diverse perspective and understanding of where they might be in this dimension that we live in. And
Right.
guess what? It's okay if you may not agree or you may disagree. We could agree to disagree. I'm fine with that too. But sometimes I really ask myself, can we surpass where we are at, or will we remain at the bottom just because of the continuous senseless people that chooses to be so miserable and are seeking so much company? I'm gonna tell you something. My energy is so powerful. My energy is so great. Nothing bothers me.
Yeah.
Nothing can supersede me because guess what? The main powerful key is knowing who I am, and
That
who I
part.
am is great. Ain't nobody ever can tell me nothing different or nothing less. And that's why I love my people. I love you, genuine artistry, and I
That's
love when the first lady come in and G Dubs and hashtag life of pearl, and we got Uncle Gray in the building. You already know. Listen, I love when my
amen.
great people come through because those are the people that I'm always expecting to see, because those are when I tell you, you guys are great minds, and great minds always think alike, and not
Mm-hmm.
everybody can follow great minds. And with that being said, you already know Earth. Keep on spitting that
Yeah.
knowledge to me.
Hey,
Let me know what that
listen.
knowledge is,
You
because
you are everything. Like I know the other side, okay? And you always handle shit with grace, and that's why I love you. These listen. we having a discussion here. Okay, you mad or not? But back to what I was saying regarding the monetization of C-sections. Okay, it's about almost $1 million now. Every a corporation's agenda or goal is to generate revenue. They don't care how they do it. So I tell people, have your babies at home. Have them at home because there's no treatment when you go to the hospital. It's just temporary. It's no cure. It's a reason to get you to go back. It's a reason to get you to go back. The secret covenant tells you that I have to send you a copy of that so you can read that. I said I was going to do it. I have to do it today. About the poisons that they give, the metals that they put in your mouth when you go to the dentist, things of that nature. It's all about disconnecting you from your vision, which is your third eye, which is
I
not a
think
myth.
I think a lot of people are disconnected from their vision.
No, a lot of people walking around with pumpkin-sized pineal glands. They out here they program
That's
and
the,
and
that's the
and,
thing.
and ignorant and ignorance ignorance in its pure essence is innocence because you actually don't know. But then,
Right.
and when you have people around you or just people all over the place that are spreading knowledge and making knowledge born to you, after that, and you still choosing to not see, it goes from being innocence to apply ignorance. You being an ignorant nigga at the end of the day. And we don't
Mhm.
have time for that over here. That part.
I
Right. They
mean,
use
the powerful thing about it is the thing about what people don't realize is that you took the time out. So I still captured your attention. And that's the point. Because while I captured your attention, you're going to go tell somebody what was being spoken about. And even though you may not realize that person you might tell might already be surpassed with your thought processes when you decided to come and say or do what you did. But you see, that's why I take the good with the bad, because even when the bad comes in, it's still good to be seen out of it, because no matter what, the message is going to be spread.
right. At the end of the day, it's like when there's no source or there's no origin or reasoning behind people carrying on, that's devilishment. That's what the fuck it is. It's
Mm,
devilishment. And they at the curb. It will never, it will always be them at the curb. Always be at the
that,
curb. So at the end of the day, it that's the bait of their day. To say here's the thing. You don't even be you got something great going on here, and I'm gonna always be here. Know that. Okay? But like I said, the dialogue open and the spark of thought that have people add on and build, even if they agree to disagree, it's with grace. And that's why you will always be better than them. So, it for me, uh, don't play with me and don't play with her either. That part. But again, everybody tough behind a device. You know that. But see,
mm.
that account right there, I just screenshotted that. And I'm gonna send that account to my people at the Cyber Command. You know how many accounts you know how much information I'm sitting on these people on YouTube? That part, I'm gonna use it to pull up. That's it.
And the thing about it, that's the craziest thing, because people, what I realized about this virtual world that we're in, right? When people do not want to open their minds, or as we will say, you're ignorant. And yes, you said it perfectly. The meaning of ignorant is you don't know no better. How can I be mad at somebody that don't know no better? It's a waste of my time. And for me personally, like I said, the time you took out, you gave me your ear. Regardless to what you thought about it, you gave me your ear. And I'm guaranteed that you're gonna go tell somebody else. And they're gonna pull up and come see what I'm talking about too. And that's how
Mm-hmm.
the message will continue to be spread.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned from being being a part of Millennial Queens. I'm still there under the
That
Millennial
part.
Queens, my girl Mimi. Yeah,
That's
for
right.
those you already know. And for me, I had to take myself out of that space because that energy wasn't serving me properly. And
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how to handle that energy. But now I know how to handle that energy, and I really don't allow things that are going to come around that's really not going to serve me to keep on giving it that air. You know what I'm saying? Giving it life to keep on breathing.
No, but let me explain something about that. Whoever that was, that's not somebody that's ignorant. That's somebody that's floating around, okay, stalking the feed. because that account, trust and believe, is not subscribed to your channel as a supporter. That's somebody floating around. It pops up because you're in the algorithm for something positive because they asked for the feedback. They asked me for the feedback. Said, how do I like this broadcast? Click the one that says very good. Okay, so you're in the algorithm for doing something good or speaking about topics and things of that nature. That's somebody that ain't got shit to do. Okay, and think that trolling shit is cool. Probably somebody homeless. I'll do my own profiling. Somebody
Yeah.
homeless. That
Mhm.
person, they don't know anything. They don't know anything. Right. And hubby says
Listen,
doesn't give them the
Dre,
right because they don't know, but they know. They know. That's
yeah.
why they came here. They know.
It's funny though because even Gray is saying doesn't give them the right to be malicious, and I swear to you, I agree 100%. But my understanding now is I'm here. I'm not bending down to come meet you to where you at. I'm not bending down that far. I'm too far up to bend down that far. I'm still climbing my ladder. So I'm definitely not coming down my ladder a few steps to come meet you all the way down underneath my shoe in the like I'm not doing it.
Right.
Mm-mm.
But it's such as a life to think that because of those little whack comments that's going to stop you from continuing what it is that you're doing. And that is mission failed. To try is to fail.
That's
Attempt
it.
next time.
That's it, Earth.
Attempt. I don't use the word try. Attempt better. Go practice. Go do something constructive because after they was blocked, we still pushing forward with something constructive. These people is at the curb. Okay, they think the internet gives them room to be people that they never was and never will be in the physical. Cowardice, chump,
I
corny,
agree.
corny, got beat up in school, stuffed in lockers, whatever. Lunch pockets turned inside out like rabbit ears.
Earth, I cannot with you.
They wasn't hugged enough as a child. There's no dick in their house. There's no
You
coochie
see,
in their
now you
house.
gonna make my stomach be hurting. I
Because if
cannot
they
with
if
you.
they were doing something productive, or even if they had some type of self love, you wouldn't be trolling.
Yes,
If you had a man, and that was a chick, if you had a man in your face, you wouldn't be in hours. Okay, that part.
I
Or
need
you
that
would.
whole part.
These people,
The
you
first
have to,
lady.
you have to laugh. You have to.
Listen, you got me cracking up, but listen, and that's what I try to do all the time. Welcome, First Lady. Welcome. I'm happy you pulled up on us. Grace said we don't
Sis,
never bend for bullshit,
that part.
though we do hold integrity and never allow those to think they could ever.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. I
that's
like that
hubby.
right
That's
there.
hubby. He different.
All
He different.
right.
That's hubby.
I
He
pay
different.
homie on that because that was just the jewel too. And you know,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times that's what I'm saying for me in this shit. I'll be like, yo, I really gotta protect my energy because I
Yes,
see
yes.
crazy shit. And I feel like when
That's
you
their goal. That's their goal, DC, to
yeah,
harvest your energy. That's it.
this is
Just to
not the
say,
first time because let me tell you something. Somebody like came in and they had my chat spammed with all this naked whatever. I don't know. At the time, I'm still learning the whole process of this whole StreamYard and whatnot.
Mimi told you who that is, right? You know who that is doing that.
I believe she was. Listen, I don't even want to give that person
Right,
any
right, no, but I'm
rep,
saying, no, I
but
mean, yeah, yeah, that's who that is. Mm-hmm.
I don't. You see,
Ooh,
when I feel like you are older than me and you are not dropping no form of jewels, that means you are still stuck at that 8-year-old kid that you was that was traumatized.
right,
And unfortunately, I cannot help you because I'm not Mrs. Phil and I don't do therapy.
right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But that's how I look at that whole situation. Like, I'm so sorry you're still stuck at that 8-year-old boy. When you figure out what's happening, and I always say, you could be as old as you want to be. You got 60-year-olds. I don't care how old you are because the age does not define your intelligence, your lack of morality, none of that. Age doesn't define none of that. So for me, it's like what it is when it comes down to that. But I noticed that it's so much people that love to want company because they're so miserable. And
Mm-hmm.
okay, if you're miserable, I understand, but I refuse to join you.
Right. And you do it, you and Mimi do it with such grace. I'll tell you, y'all better than me. And that's why I love y'all, because y'all be pulling me back. Y'all are just gracious, but I know that when it's time to mount up, what it is. and I'm always gonna be here. These people, they at the curb. What's up, sis?
What's goody? What's goody? My bad, y'all. I was inside the stove trying to get myself together. I'm
Mm-hmm.
What's
staying in
up,
New York.
Ma?
What's up, baby? This feels like old times. This feels like old
Yes.
times.
It
All
feels
right.
good.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm loving the convo. Y'all know I was listening. I was like, damn, can we hurry up and get out this store? I was trying to find me a little something because I was getting ready to come to you, but then I was like, they wanted too much money, and I do not like that one over there on God Brewer. Uh,
Where you at? You in the city?
that quality. Yeah, well, I'm in Long Island, but
Mm-hmm.
we've been working 5 to 4, so
Oh
the
yeah, that
mister
makes
be
sense.
tired to be driving, going all the way back to come back here at 5 in the morning. So
Well, you
it's
know,
just
I'll be to you on the 25th, and then I'll be up to New York to see y'all on around the 4th. Justice.
yes,
Yeah, I'll
yes,
be up there.
yes, yes, yep. We probably gonna come up there together.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But you
Yep,
know,
yep.
the fake news is it's by design. It's to trigger people. It's to keep people in fear, to where
Mm-hmm.
people don't want to leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
I just said it the other day. I was like, I can't. Somebody said, "Oh, I'm coming up there to New York. Somebody paid for me to come to the Puerto Rican Day Parade." Blah blah blah. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, good." She's like, "Yeah, I got all of these. I got new wipes. I got all of these masks." I said, "Well, don't come up here with all that scared, scary shit." She
That
was
part.
like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Why you?" I said, "Why you? If you feel like you gotta have all of that, why you even coming?" Do you know what it's
It's
going to be like? It's going to
it,
be like sausages, hot dogs in the pack coming up here for
right.
that event. And so, what are you coming up here like that for?
It's 85 plus degrees outside. A virus cannot sustain outside of that. So why people you got on tank tops, bikini tops, you got that shit on your face. It's
And a
crazy. You know,
muzzle on your face, exactly,
right. Looking
making you feel like
crazy.
somebody gasping you from behind, cupping
With
your
a
mouth
whole
and nose. I can't take it.
with a whole
Mm-mm.
stink mouth. With a whole stink mouth. Ugh.
You
With a whole
know, I
stink
can't.
mouth.
Right.
Mm-mm.
So,
Burning a hole in the mask. I can't do it. Like if you scared, and then she turned around and threw me off the roof and said, "But I'm vaccinated and I got the second shot." I was like, "Wow."
Mm-mm.
So you didn't believe what they said? She's like, "What do you mean?" I said, "You, if you believe what they told you, and you took that jab, why are you still scared? Ain't you saved now?"
Why you still got a
like
mask
pretty
on?
Right.
much.
Right.
Right.
You should be
Man.
fine. You're supposed to be fine.
Listen,
People
I'm gonna
just
just say this: if you know that your mouth stinks while you've been wearing that mask, and you continue to wear it, please continue to wear it. If you know that your mouth stinks, I'm fine with that.
listen.
I'm fine.
People are you killing your inside. You're breathing in your own
Yes.
carbon dioxide.
Do some research. 100 years
Right.
ago, they tried it with the Spanish
And it's
flu. And
flu.
if you
Right.
go back and see, all the sickness and deaths did not come from the Spanish flu. It came from respiratory illnesses from that mask.
Right. And it also came
Yeah,
from that trial vaccine they had back here.
Mm,
The trial
mm.
that's
vaccine, the same shit they got now, same script, different time.
Exactly. The
listen.
poison
That's
that you
why I'm
breathing
over
out
it.
your body, you putting it back in, you
And,
sucking it back in.
but
And
the
then they
biggest
told you to wear 2 masks so it could be
right.
nice and tight so you don't lose nothing.
That mask
I'm
is
like,
that mask is symbolism of submission to satanic shit. That's what that is, because that's the mask that they
mm,
use in their rituals. That's 6 feet social distancing, and 6 feet that
mm-hmm.
is when they at that altar, that ritual altar, and 6 feet is also the amount of distance they need to track your phone individually. That part.
That's right. That's right. Because if you any less than 6 feet apart, like they can't say that it's word justice, Lois and
Right,
the
they can't
first
tell who.
lady.
Right,
They
right,
just know it's 3 individuals. But if
right. They
we're
don't know.
more than 6 feet apart, then they
Mm,
have
Right.
separate identities.
Geez, that whole part. Right.
Come on now.
These people
Come
don't know
on.
that's
anything. They don't
People
know
don't even
that's
anything.
think. They
crazy.
don't even think.
Not only that, the biggest organ
Because
in
there's
your
no
body,
inquisitiveness, Ma. It's
the
no inquisitive. How are you going to think if you're not even questioning what is being done? Like,
because they
That's
you're
true.
slave
not
they
even
That's
inquisitive to
true.
even be like, so why do you
That's
want
true.
me to do this?
Everybody's soft now. You're right. You're
they
soft.
they slaves to the rhythm. If you know
Right.
anything, if you went to school, the biggest organ, and I graduated high school at 16, and I was an honor student the whole time, even though I was got kicked out of 3 different schools. But here's the thing: the biggest organ in your body on your body is your skin. So why the
Right.
fuck you got a
Right.
mask on your
A
face,
mask on your
but
face,
nothing else is
but you
covered?
wear, but nothing else is covered. Your whole body is a
Mm,
breathing organ. Like,
right.
stop it.
Yeah, like people are just, they don't think, and
But soon as they said, like when they said, stay in the house, you just okay. Nobody
because
said nothing.
because
Nobody just
the fake quarantine was about the election. It had nothing to do with no virus. The
right.
virus is about the pedophile COVID-19, about these
No
arrests.
bags. Look, y'all ain't
Right.
got no bags up here. Like I'm tight. I'd be like, excuse me, man. Oh, we don't have. I'm like, yo, I forgot this up here, man.
They make you
If
pay
I
for
was living in
bags.
New, if I was living in New York, man, I'd be having a squad, or I'd be out here like, I'm not paying for a bag. I'm not going shopping for $200 or $300 and then turn around and give you $4 or $5 more for some
For a
damn
bag,
bags.
right? But then they talk about they tell you that is for conserving the environment. Meanwhile, they still tearing shit down and building all condos and everything
Exactly.
all over the
Exactly.
place.
Tearing all our trees down so
But
we
then
can't
they're not gonna
breathe.
tell you that they broke. That they broke. That's why they making you pay for bags because they the fuck broke.
Right.
They all broke. You know that shit. They all broke.
Right, right, right,
Right.
right.
They at the
Pay for a
curb. That
bag.
two two
And then
two
they
dollar
said, well, you can have
corporation.
a paper bag. I said, I'll take a paper bag. We remember when we was
That
going
should be
shopping with
whipping.
mom and them
Never
back in the
paper
day.
bag.
It
Yeah.
was only paper bags anyway in
That's
Pathmark.
it. For
Paper bags
real.
with the handles on it. Yep. And them shits be
Exactly.
tearing up. I remember when I was up there, I used to go to the key food on American Linden, right? And we go up in there and they would give me them paper bags. And then as soon as I grab them by it, they would tear. And I would go back in there flip it. I said, I just paid 50 cents for this cheap shit. Like, where's the box? Y'all got a box in here? Let me put my shit in the box. Like, New York is spooky, man. It's spooky. It's spooky.
Listen. When I tell you, it's very spooky. It's so much, and that's why for me personally, I'm trying to understand why are people so afraid of knowing what's the unknown. Like, aren't you tired of being clueless? Don't you want to stop being fearful and try to understand what you couldn't understand before?
It's because it's easier not to see because niggas is
Right.
complacent and is comfortable with letting
Exactly.
another motherfucker tell
Ooh,
them what to do.
that word
I
been
guess
coming up a
you
lot. Complacent, huh?
Mm. They comfortable with
back.
because it's easier not to see because it's lazy. It's too much work to do the research. But everybody tough and everybody's smart. At the end of the day, this your platform and just all everybody who platforms who just open a dialogue to spark a thought. I just to tell people, look, don't take my word for it. Go look that shit up yourself. I already know.
Exactly,
I
exactly.
already
But
know.
don't call me no damn conspiracy theorist either, because
No,
I'm going to wire
you
you out.
listen. Conspiracy. If you have a conspiracy theory, if one thing comes to truth or fruition, it connects that whole
It's
theory. No longer
exactly.
a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy. Dumb funny how these niggas is getting locked up on a RICO conspiracy charge, but ain't nobody
Hmm,
doing nothing. That part.
hmm, hmm. All of them.
But you can't tell nobody nothing. These trolls, you know what? They mad because your light aggravates their demons. They mad because no matter what
Exactly.
they do, you will never be able to capture that dynamic that you've established for yourself. Here's the thing: instead of being mad at a bitch for her dynamic, go find your own, find your purpose, yo, and stop worrying about somebody else that already done found it and walking in it. That part.
That's the thing. Can't be so busy worried
You
about
know what it
what you
is
doing and
too?
what you have, and they ain't got nothing.
No, right. And they're not trying to get to it. They carry,
And
they
that's the
carry,
thing.
they carry that hatred. Listen. We've carried
But
our
I don't
ancestors.
understand. You could be mad, but you mad at me because you don't want to continue to learn. For
And
me
then wait,
personally,
but
I'm
then,
always
right.
learning.
Right.
But then said the comment about sucking dick. You something wrong with that? Excuse me. Is something wrong with that?
Say, well, you know,
They
that's why
yeah,
I ain't
There's
getting no
they
something
bag.
mad
wrong
because
with
she
that.
mad because she ain't got one to suck. That's
Right.
what.
I
That's
mean,
what
there's
the
something
problem
wrong.
is. She ain't got one to suck.
This grown,
I didn't
this
even
grown.
get that. No,
She's tired of
that's
sucking
so
that dirty one
crazy.
she got.
It said something about because your back's fucked up because you be sucking too much dick. So what?
Who said that?
Some troll. So what? You need to
Yo.
suck some more. Go suck some
Right, right.
more.
Go find you one.
Right.
They mad. They mad.
It's
Oh my
They
therapeutic.
mad because they
It,
don't
God,
even
yo,
have one.
right. Like,
these people are
Sucking on that
listen.
silicone. She wish
I
she
never
had a mean
I
one.
never understood that. I never understood
Oh
why,
my damn
even as a
nerves.
teenager growing up in Southside, where they used to make fun of a girl because called a dick sucker. Like that's part of like, huh? Like, what's wrong with that? Is that something wrong with that? Like, yeah, y'all
Right,
bugged out.
you going to yell it out, but you in the park sucking off the crew.
Right.
You mad at her cause she loving her man, and you in the park sucking off
Okay,
the
right.
crew.
All the rest of them. That part.
Exactly.
That entire part, right? It's always these bitches. Listen,
Yeah.
always these bitches that be talking that shit until the dick in their face. And you scared of that? Girl.
Hey, darling.
Yeah. Let me tell you something.
Woo, child.
That's why when I seen it, I was like, I can't even respond because my response is going to be very, very derogatory. Okay,
No,
so
I
I
know it
was right
is.
on you. That was
No,
it.
and
That's why I didn't even respond. I'm like, because it's the truth. That's how I feel. Like,
but see
girl,
that
you
that
thought that was something.
but
Oh, girl, bye.
right.
All right,
But trying to
big
but here's the thing.
girl.
Here's the thing.
Right.
We were talking about C-sections and giving birth to babies. So dick sucking is part of that. So like we like you supposed to like listen, man, get out of here with that. Go find you. Listen,
But
you
that's
could
the thing about it. That's why it was like, okay, I can't entertain you because you're just an
you
idiot.
think you think I'm gonna deny that I'll give head? Like no, like
But
not to no
but
randoms to my man.
this jumps in to something more at ease, other than the fake news that's been going on.
Yes.
But this comes down to it's gonna all connect. Listen to me very carefully. People don't have knowledge itself,
Nah,
right? Point
right.
blank, period.
Right.
So if you don't have knowledge of self, then where are you going?
I listen. I did a live like about 2 weeks ago when I was going in. I said these bitches over here on in the not over here because y'all are not part of that toilet paper sector, okay? But how are you having these panels telling another bitch who they are when you don't know who you are? Do you know how many miles the sun is from the earth? Do you know the planet's diameter? Do you know how many square miles these oceans cover? Do you know the circumference of this planet? No, you don't, bitch. I can tell you when you get to that, then maybe I'll entertain you. These bitches, you don't know why you mirror the earth, why they call a woman outside of the 5% nation, a woman is an earth because she is able to bear children. Why the earth rotates around the sun, hence why your womb rotates. These bitches don't know nothing about that. That part.
And that's the biggest thing. So now, as you can, and that's my whole thing about it. When you connect it all, when a person does, and that's why I said I can't continue to entertain where I don't feel people are at when it comes down to where I'm at. Because,
Right.
like I said, I'm still learning.
Mm-hmm.
Every single day, I'm learning something new. And I'm always keeping my ears and my eyes open with a still tongue so I can receive what I need, period, point blank. But you come to the understanding and the realization of you're living in a world of people who do not know who they are. That even when they look in the mirror, they don't even know what the fuck they looking at.
Right.
Excuse my language.
No,
But it's
right.
just that real.
Mm-hmm. I know
But
who I
I
am.
cannot allow you to dictate what my next move is.
Right. That's called
Even when it
growth.
comes
That's
down
called
to,
growth. It's called growth. You've grown.
and
You've grown.
remember what I told you, I wanted to talk about something, right? When I text you and I said to you, I wanted to talk about what's love. What does
Let's
love
talk.
really look like? What
Love is
does
the
love
highest
mean to
form of
you?
understanding. Love is the highest level, the highest form of understanding. And until you have that within, you can never give it or take it, embrace it from someone else. That part.
So, how can we expect anything better from people that do not love themselves?
Right.
The saddest thing to me, I came across a video and it blew my mind to watch people sit in a chat and have a person that has an addiction tell them how to do or how to maneuver, how to be a mother, how to da da da, and all of this. And I'm saying to myself, these people are not sitting there telling her, yo, you don't look good. Like, you need help. Like, it's not a good look.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's I'm talking about comparing crack You can't compare the two. They both something that's damaging. It
Right.
doesn't matter what it is. It's still damaging.
It's chemicals that are not supposed to be
Okay.
introduced to your body, eating away
And the
at your
saddest thing
body.
about it, you could sit there, and it was sad for me because it's like, damn, these people don't even realize, as well as that is an addiction. You also add another addiction, which is the virtual world.
You better talk, damn it.
And
Mhm.
then you try to sit up here and try to be something and try to portray something that you're not for others to accept who you are.
That's a lack of knowledge of self and self love. It's self hatred. And you walking around traveling with that, just like people carrying the word, the N word, the nigger word. That if you know anything about words, I know you do, word justice and Miss
Yeah, I
Insist.
mean, listen, I don't, to be honest with you, I don't, for me, even when we get into even certain things, I don't understand. People will have to sit there and explain to me, why are you mad? Why are you mad that somebody else is calling you another name? Why are you mad? You
That
gave
word in
that.
its origin it's an adjective. It does not describe a person of color. Our people embrace that word and carried it with them so hard through these eras to where it's embedded in the DNA to where you catching feelings over it. That's a mental
That's
problem.
my problem, though. Why?
Right.
Why?
Because it's
And it goes like
mm,
this. Guess what?
mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it come like somebody like, yo, your mama is a whole hoe. Why are you getting offended by somebody else calling your mama a whole hoe? Is your mama a hoe? Why is that so? Why is that even allowed to? Why is that even touching your soul? I sit back and I be confused with
Uh-oh, what
so.
happened? Sis fell off?
I think she'll probably be back. Earth. I hope sometimes she drops off, but I hope she'll be back. But I mean, First Lady, you already know we have been having in depth conversation with certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, exactly. We be waking it up. You already know.
But I'm literally like people don't get it. If like I said, somebody called, you know that's not true. So why is that bothering you? Why are you even entertaining that? Why does that even deserve a response?
I didn't even know that was said. I wasn't even. I was in the store at that time. I didn't even see them comments.
You know what's
Cut.
so funny?
They was
That
cutting
that
up like
part,
that.
listen, that part in the chat, I don't know who it was, but and I for me, I already know what comes with it. But then it's important because the message for me is like, listen, always remember where you at and the state of mind of people that's online. Period.
Exactly.
Because you're
That
dealing with
part.
so many different people that
Entities,
have
right.
different state of minds that you don't know. Listen, this person that came in and said suck my dick could have been having a bad day. I don't know.
Exactly.
A boyfriend could have
Exactly.
broke up with her.
How
Or
about I
I
sat
don't
in with Shayway on a PK earlier, and
know.
somebody just come in and they was like, "Oh, mom," right? So I was like, "Oh," so we like, "Oh, how you doing?" Oh, mom, like not really really understanding what you saying. What does that mean? You know, oh, you old.
Yes,
Excuse me?
I am. Like
Right.
like
You
people say
old.
the
I
same
sure am.
thing.
I'm definitely older than you, but so is your mother. So now what?
That's what I
Help
be
me to understand.
exactly.
Yo,
Exactly.
Shireen,
Because you know what the whole goal is to cut
to go
what your
over there.
original message is. And my original message is be aware of what's happening. And like I always say, keep your head on a 360-degree
Keep
spin
your
at all
head on a
times.
swivel. You know how we say
It's
10 toes
crazy
down, head on a swivel at all times.
at all times. Because as they're giving you fake news, as the earth was up here breaking down some shit, they already plotting and doing what they're doing on the other end.
As soon as you
And
turn to the
listen, it's
switch.
those that's out there that may not agree. And that's fine because you're entitled not to agree. But that
Exactly.
doesn't
It's
mean
okay.
that I'm not going to stop speaking what I see. And
Right.
unfortunately, until you get to what I see,
That's
Well,
why
I'm just
Savage be making them. That's why Savage be making them so mad. Because even if she do read you, it's all true. And then you are now you mad that she done so called exposed you, but you asked yourself to be exposed.
I'm just saying. Honestly,
In a quarter of a mile,
but
turn
like
right on West John
you
Street.
hit it on the head. You asked for it. But I'm gonna
Right.
just always maintain who I am. You know what I'm saying? And nobody
Hmm.
is going to stop what I have to say, because for those people that are meant to hear me, their ears will be right there to listen to what I have to say. And for those who are not
Turn
meant to
right
hear
on
me,
West
they
John
still
Street.
got a long journey ahead of them. So their ears will remain closed as well as their sight will remain blind.
Exactly. That's why you were
In three quarters of a
justice.
mile, turn
So
left on Middle Island Boulevard.
I want our people to realize they're doing so many different things, and our time has gotten shorter, and our days have gotten shorter. And even if you don't recognize it, trust and believe me, it has. We think we have time, but we really got to move like we ain't got no time at all. Because the way they moving, they already put shit in place. They've been always put shit in place. That's why the book that they give you to be like, oh, this is what you're going to read, whatever. And listen, I don't knock nobody, whatever you choose, whatever you believe. I believe in a higher power myself. But what I'm saying to you, they give us a book that tells you that, oh shit, everything is foreseen. Everything is foreseen because it was already planned and put in place.
Right. There's nothing new under the sun. People need to
First lady,
understand that. There's
In
nothing new under
talk
the
1,000
about
sun.
feet,
Yeah.
use
I
the
know
left
you're about
lane
to
to
give
turn
it to
left.
them real quick with that shit too. Ask your question. Now they with the monkeypox. How you feel about that
Oh,
bullshit?
come on, man. Monkeypox. How about after the monkeypox, I done heard that the camel pox
Turn
and
left on Middle Island Boulevard.
there's monkeypox now, camel pox, and what was the other one? Pop said two pox.
That's what I'm
Yo,
saying. Tupac.
that's how you feel after a while. That's how you feel like
You
now
start
all of a
naming this
sudden it's
viruses
just
after rappers.
I can't, man. I really just can't with what they're bringing forth. To me, it's just another agenda. It's just another distraction for them to try to come with something else. You know what I mean?
I
Like they
feel
don't.
like it's another distraction for them to hit you with the, oh, we need you guys to take another
Yeah, we need y'all
vaccine
to
for
do
the
something,
monkeypox
right?
outbreak. They come up
But
on
y'all,
that
but
it's the monkeypox
they've been
outbreak.
vaccinating us. They've been vaccinating us for way too long.
In half a mile,
They've been
turn left.
vaccinating us when we ain't had no business getting vaccinations. Anybody out there listening under the sound of this voice, at the end of the day, if you know, like I know, you would not give your children none of those vaccinations. Don't let them tell you that your babies can't go to school, but to keep it a stack, we could wake it up on that. You shouldn't even have your babies in their schools anyway. You should get your children out of, especially the public school system. That is programming. It's not teaching. It's not learning. It's not developmental mind. It's none of that. You are your child's first teacher.
And I'm
Keep
gonna
your
tell you
baby
something.
home.
Let's wake it up real quick on that, like you would say, Ma. And I need you guys to please go check the First Lady NYC out on Bigo. She does ladies' night. She also does relationship topics. She also does karaoke. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna Ma, could you do me a favor? Could you
In 1,000 feet,
post it
turn left.
inside the comments? I
Hmm.
would definitely would like you guys to go check her out on Bigo, especially. I'm telling you guys will definitely enjoy everything that she does over there with the MBM royal family. I promise you. On top of
Yes,
that,
yes.
that's
Check
what
us
I was
out. And
gonna tell you.
Savage, our founder, is now on YouTube daily at 5 p.m. under Just Face It, and she is waking it up. If you've heard Corey and Marlon, then she's in their squad and she's waking it up. She talked about the legal kidnapping with
Turn left.
CPS. She woke it up. We definitely had we talked about
You've
the
arrived.
Buffalo
Destination
Top
is on your right.
supermarket shooting.
Let me tell
Prob-
you. Let me tell you something. as First Lady said, please go check her
Vocal
out.
check.
She's right there. But I also want you guys to stay tuned for the First Lady presenting Auntie's House NYC. She will be on YouTube. She already got her page set up. If you go over there and subscribe right now, I promise you, when she start hit that live button, she gonna be waking up a lot of shit. And honestly, when she speak unapologetically, and she waking up a whole lot of shit that we are unaware of. And that's the one reason that I love to connect with genuine artistry, the First Lady. Now I'm meeting
Yes.
um AKA Gray. I'm gonna call you because you know I always respect. You guys know G Dub.
Oh, oh, gray area. Oh, oh, oh. That's the newness and the newness. Gray
C
area. The one that's in
C.
the comments.
Yes,
Oh, that's Sissy. Okay.
yes.
What up, Brody?
So
She
it's
got to call you
definitely
up. All right.
yeah, it's definitely a blessing. Like life hashtag life of pearl. Like when you guys come in and you give support, I know that you guys are really in here for the intel, and I'm sure that you guys got jewels too to drop. And I love when you guys are in the chat and you guys are conversing with me. I'm gonna get better with always paying attention to the chat so I can always put your comments out there for those that don't want to hit the link, so we could always be in deep conversation even if you're not on a panel. But like, yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. This is the Odyssey podcast with your girl Word Justice. Please take the time out to subscribe, hit the up like button, notification bell, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And even if you don't like it, still tell your friend to tell a friend. You feel me? Because like I said, it takes good and bad to make the dream work. I love the teamwork. Yes, the first lady. You already know. Let's link it
Yes.
on up.
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. I was getting my little
The
Chick-fil-A
school
order.
systems
Oh
the
yes, the
school
school system
systems,
is
the reason why we say
it's
that, I'm
programming
gonna just say
centered.
one thing. One thing. I
Hmm.
want you to take a moment when you guys leave me and Google, or if you can do it right now, look up the name of your child's school, the name of the person that's on your child's school. Look that name up, and you're gonna then get a wider picture of like, oh shit. Go ahead, First Lady. I
You
need you to
talking
wake
about
it on up.
the names of our schools
The names of our schools, the names that our children from the elementary schools, like
that they took away from us because they're all named after carbonated people, but they ended up stealing them from us and bringing all their people in there to program our children instead of us being in there teaching our children. Give me one
besides
second,
that,
y'all.
the
Keep it
first
going, daughter. Hold on one second.
okay, besides what and the first lady be back to wake it up, but I just want us to think about something for a minute. Why would they tell us? And we've been hearing it, and why I say us because now they're telling our children it. And this is the first example. Christopher Columbus. Kids shouldn't even be in school because that's the first lie. The first lie they ever told. Continuing down, they do not in the history books. That is not our history. It's his history because they writing it to try to tell us what our history is, which does not definitely doesn't define none of it. That's why we got to go back and do our research for ourselves and read to our own understanding, not allow somebody else to give us whatever they consider to be their research. So we are going to listen and understand from their understanding. We need to read and do our own research so that way we can understand from our own understanding. And from way back then, we were and will always be powerful. But unfortunately, we are lost when it comes down to understanding how powerful we are because we have not gained the concept of how to be able to take back our strength using the most powerful weapon, ourselves. But how
That's
do we
right.
even begin to do that? Go ahead,
That's
First
right.
Lady.
That's right. That's right. Baby said it better. If you know that there's a situation and if you understand that there's a problem, Why isn't anybody doing anything to fix it? Like, do you think that the oppressors are going to do anything to help you? It's never been about help for us. Emancipation, proclamation, and all of that nonsense. All of that nonsense they fed us.
First lady, you sound kind of low because you got background.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I was trying to pay for my food. Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Just a little background.
Yeah, but
Here you go. Oh, that's not mine. That's Donald. Oh my good.
okay, sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
so
I'm not.
sorry about that, y'all. I'm like in between a
Yeah,
lot.
she got the baby, and I'm trying to get in. And I'm trying to get situated so I can give
But
y'all my 100%
my main
undivided.
goal my main goal is always to have a place where you guys can come and always receive a message or leave out with food for thought, something that
Thank
you
you.
may say to yourself, look, that made me think, that opens up my mind, let me go research and check it out myself. I
Right,
don't just
right. I
want
don't
you to
have to
take what
believe
I'm
her.
saying, I
Right.
want you guys to actually research everything that
Exactly.
we are going to be talking about as the time progresses, even from
Right.
them wanting us to keep out of the sun or not be able to have the understanding of why we should be grounding, which is
But
allowing
they have to
our
first
earth.
understand and remember all and recognize all that was done to disconnect us from nature in the first place. Why they
And for
created cities and took us from our homesteads and things of that nature, created cities and concrete and tall buildings to cut down the trees and put rubber soles under your feet so you as an electrical being are not still connected to the earth, to the ground. Mother Gaia, the earth is alive. The four elements are alive. You have to treat it as such. You have to speak life into your water when you drink it. If you feeling sad and down, go outside in the sun and watch how it changes. Go wrap your arms around a tree and say, I love you. If you think that there's something wrong with that, then there's something wrong with you. But I won't say it in that way to be disrespectful. It just means you do not understand anymore who you are. And that's really what it is. And that's what the problem is. They know more about us than we do. Well, some. That's why we're here as light workers to bring forth this information and bring forth these teachings to
First
open
lady,
the eyes.
you gotta speak up a little bit more because you sound so low.
Really?
Yes. All I can hear is the background.
All right. All right, hold on. So you go ahead. Let me wait till I get out of here.
All right, so we're gonna wait for the first lady to come back because I definitely want her to reiterate what she was saying because it was very powerful. And yes, I can give you a breakdown, but I would like for her to say it the way she said it because it's very important that we always keep mindful of the different things that we can do. We are not slaved or slaves to doing any just one thing for any just one purpose. If we are going to be slaves, we need to be slaves to ourselves, and a part of that is doing what we need to do to reconnect back to what is the way of living, understanding how powerful that our earth is that we live on. Like she said, grabbing a tree, hugging a tree. The tree has life too because the tree gives us oxygen. If we didn't have no trees, we wouldn't have no oxygen. If you go back, they keep cutting down these trees, and we're losing oxygen by them doing that. G Dubs, yes, it was powerful. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. And this is the thing for me, as long as I could keep on spreading the word on certain things that I become knowledgeable about. I want you guys, like I said, to take the time out and do your own research and see what you come up with. And also, if you hear something or read something that you think honestly it should be out here and people should know about it and bringing awareness to it, please let me know. Feel welcome to let me know because I'm always open to do my own research and come back and have the discussion, even down to the way we eat. We've been so used to eating a certain type of way that to now learn how to eat clean is one of the hardest things because we've been eating dirty for a long time. But yet, if we knew that what we put into our body that's dirty, what it's doing inside, then probably we won't eat it. But that's not the case, right? But like I say, for me, this is what I like to do. I like to come out, speak to like-minded people. I love to hear other people's
All
opinions
right.
on a
I'm sorry.
consistent. There we go. The first lady is back in the
Do I
building.
sound
Appreciate
better now?
you. Thank you so much, G Dubs. I appreciate you pulling up and taking your time out of your day to spend it with me. I
Definitely.
highly appreciate that all the time. I'm grateful. Go
Can
ahead,
y'all hear
first
me
lady.
better now?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. But yes, yes, yes. Just to add on what Word Justice was saying, it is time. Spells are being broken. Masses are awakening, but it's still a lot that do not understand that's around us. And that's why we just have to keep telling them, as far as, like she said, our nutrition. If you go ask any doctor if you've ever been to that you've ever seen, how much did they learn about nutrition, they will tell you almost nothing. 6 years, 7 years, 8 years of medicine, and they learned nothing about nutrition. But that's who you go to when you feeling bad. Doctors are the number three, man. Hospitals are number three killers in the world. Doctors are paid legal drug dealers. They only get paid to give you prescriptions. They want you on 20 and better after 50, 60 years old, and they're only just daily dosing you nice and slowly, giving you piece and piece to make it look like they're helping you with one thing when they tearing the rest of your body up. There's no ailment that comes to your body that this earth cannot heal, because the earth would not have that. You just have no idea of it. There's doctors that's 16 years old. In other countries, you think it's crazy because that's the way you've been taught. But you haven't been taught that. You have been programmed to everything that you know. And don't get me wrong, it's hard to deprogram. Just imagine 40, 50 years old, you realizing, or you're awakening, and like, just words like saying that you understand. You never want to stand under anything. First of all, just the words themselves that they taught us, the English language, are spells, period. That's why they call it spelling. Look up etymology. Every little thing I'm going to give you, just tell you, just go look up etymology. Look what words mean. Parents, a parent is really a pair who rents, because once you sign that birth certificate and get that number, the babies don't belong to you. That's why they want you in the hospital. That's why they don't want you at home with midwives and doulas, having your baby at home in the tub, sitting up or standing naturally the way you're supposed to, without no drugs and no needles. They don't want that, because do you know how much money they lose when you have your baby at home? You know how much money they lose, like cancer. Why they killed all of these holistic doctors at conferences? Come on, 7 doctors just died at the same time, while they were at a conference. Like, come on now, Dr. Sabi. There's many doctors like Dr. Sabi that have lost their lives to the cause, because they've done things with nature that the people, because they can't patent things from nature. They can't patent the plants. Anything that comes from nature, they can't patent it. They want things that they can patent, and if it's patented, that means it was invented and it was created, and they put everything in it. Your food. When you really, really know, you will understand why I speak with so much passion. It's not anger. I don't care how mad I may sound. It's passion and really being just so being angry at the fact that these they're all not even people. We're not even gonna go there and start trying to wake that up because that'll really start spinning heads. We should talk about they ain't even people. Some of them are not. But anyway, you saw Men in Black, you saw AT, you saw Predator, you seen all of that. All those movies that they show you are not for nothing.
In
You
1,000
see
feet,
Facebook's new name
turn
is
left.
Meta. Y'all seen Ready Player One, and if you didn't, you should check it out. Check it out. They show you because part of the ritual is they have to tell you what they're doing. So that's why everything is in plain sight. But when they doing everything to calcify your pineal gland, they have done everything over the years to keep you from remembering and knowing who you are. You give birth, they take that baby, your baby comes back with a band-aid. They drew blood. They're looking for bloodlines and they're wiping memories, believe it or not. All you have to do is just do some research. You got to do some digging if you're ready to jump in the rabbit hole
Turn
because it's
left on
endless
Charlotte
at this
Avenue.
point. It goes so, so deep, it might as well be endless. To go back as far as to really see there's cement in your baby formula, there is poison and paint thinner in the cereal, there is fluoride in your water,
In a quarter
aluminum
of a
in your
mile,
deodorant.
turn
It
right
has
on Desi
never been
Avenue.
about health, it has always been about
And
keeping
they
you from
put just enough. They put just enough so it
just
don't kill
enough.
you. It kill you
It don't
slowly.
kill you right away, right? But when you
You
start
get a
getting
slow
40 and
death.
50 and 60 years old, then you start wondering why you having cancer and arthritis and
Use the right lane to
osteoporosis
turn
and
right
all of
on
these
Desi
things
Avenue.
because they've been doing that to you since birth. And you should be angry about that, but angry enough to stand up and say the game is over because all we have to do is unite. Divided is how we fall. United is where we stand. But they have gotten us so divided. Come on, there's the all the
Keep right.
melanated people,
Destination is on
even
your left.
Africans. They don't. Then they don't like. They made it so they don't like the melanated people of this country. We don't like them. What do you mean? We all one and the same. We are the original beings of this planet. Like this is ours. They have taken everything from us. You feel great when you go buy a house. Soon as you sign the mortgage paper, you gave the damn house back to them. And you already paid for it. And then you sign the paper and give the house back to them. These
Mhm.
people have been bamboozling us, lying to you, programming your children. Why do you think certain ethnics do not allow their children to go to the schools with us? They build their own schools. We can do the same thing. Why we can't? Because we so hating on one another. We want you to do all right just as long as you're not doing better than me. It's just yo. I could talk till next week, y'all. Like it goes on and on and on and on. Like it doesn't stop. When you go and look up just one or two of those things, these things that I'm telling you, you will find so many organizations.
100%. You ain't never said a lie. You ain't never said a lie yet. Please continue, First Lady. First Lady, are you still here? But like she
Oh, I
just told
muted
you.
myself. Sorry. But go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
No,
Make
no,
your.
you go right ahead. I wanted you to finish up. But I didn't realize that you thought you didn't know that you muted yourself. But go right ahead,
No,
First
I
Lady.
didn't. When the phone rang, it must have muted me automatically. But yes, like I said, I could go on and on and on. I'm upset because I'm on my phone, so I can't actually see the comments. I would love to see the comments and things of that nature. But I'm actually about to go upstairs and go on the computer, and then I'm gonna put myself on a computer, so then I'll be able to be a little bit better. I tried to hook myself up because I do have a show on Bigo tonight at 8:30. I thought I didn't, but I do. So I have a karaoke lounge tonight. I have ladies' night tomorrow and a karaoke lounge on Friday. just to let you guys know that I am hanging out with my baby girl right now on the Odyssey podcast. Make sure y'all click the bell so you can always be notified when she goes live. Make sure y'all wipe y'all feet and hit the like button. Everything we asking you to do is free. If you feel the vibe, then you're part of the tribe.
And when you go into Bigo, it's astro. Say it again, my astroteric
It's
empress.
Esoteric Empress. That's my Bigo ID. So if you download the Bigo app, when they ask you to enter the Bigo ID, you enter esoteric underscore Empress, and then you're gonna see the first lady pop up, and that be me. I'm gonna let baby girl take over for a second while I get the bags and everything and get upstairs in the room. Uh-oh. Maybe she might be dealing with the baby, so let me hold on for a second. Y'all vibe with me. I'm doing a lot of things at one time, but that's what we do. We multitask. See, I can't even stay throwing one in the chat if you can hear me, because I can't even see the chat because I'm on the StreamYard on my phone, and being that I'm on my phone, it's not allowing me to see. Pop, I gave you back that card. No.
I'm sorry, guys, because I definitely thought I was I didn't realize I was muted too. So sometimes that can happen. But I
I
am
thought I
like, just
thought you was
one
dealing with
typing.
the ZZ. Yes,
Okay, I'm
daughter's gonna
typing.
take y'all for a minute. I'll be right back. I'm going upstairs to the room.
Yes, and that's what an extra S, y'all. Forgive me. Like I was moving mad quick, and I'm like, oh, I'm muted. Okay, let me unmute. But yeah, I mean, everything that's being said, definitely want you guys to go research. I hope you guys really enjoy my commentary. I want to continue to keep on growing my platform in this particular way where I'm always keeping my people aware of anything that I find out about or anything that might be of interest. But I will be having some relaxing lives because y'all, I do dive in to reality TV sometimes. Sometimes I just be diving into the other world because there's so much going on that you just be needing a break. So I'll be also covering some things down the line regarding some of these shows that I like to watch. I like to watch shows with messages though, relationships and all that good stuff. But for the most part, I just want to continue to have you guys know that you're always welcome and always feel comfortable to come write your comment in the chat, have a conversation. You see the link will always be there. You're always welcome to come and hit the link and always put your perspectives in because I'm telling you, the way that we are going to be able to grow as a people is if we take the time out to listen to each other. And my main thing is no questions are stupid. You know what I'm saying? People walk around here like, oh, that's a stupid question. No questions are stupid. The only questions that's stupid is the questions that you really didn't even take the time to think about. And so, with that being said, yeah, this is your girl, Word Justice. This is the Odyssey podcast. I've been on for an hour and 47 minutes. And I
Go
definitely,
Zori, go Zizi, go Punkanella. Let us work. Hey.
I've been,
Oh,
I've been
excuse me, y'all.
on.
Excuse me, y'all.
I'm grateful for that all the time, and it's like a breath of fresh air just to know that when I do come in, I have just beautiful people with just great energy that is here to want to hear what's going on
Beautiful.
and also drop jewels because they be dropping jewels up in my chat. That's what I be
What?
loving. I be feeling good.
Yes, I'm glad, sis. I'm sorry, Sissy left. I thought she was coming back.
No, she
I
did. She
like.
came back. She came back and she wrote in the chat and she said, "Sorry, I got a phone call."
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
Yes,
okay.
but for
Yeah, she be
us, as
dropping the
you know,
knowledge. My sister's put. She's more political with it to give you.
yes,
She's more political. She stays on top of what's really going on with POTUS and things of that nature, and how, and let you know like what's going on with the world politically, even though that's not really what we into, but she breaks it down and keeps you in that mode. I'm more so on the she's all the way around, but she definitely keeps you on the political side of knowing what's going on out here and how they flipping and flopping with like people, y'all saw Titanic, right? Y'all know the whole origin of the Titanic was to those four millionaire bankers that was on that boat that did not want to be part of the world banking system. And the whole sinking, the killing of all those people was just to get those four men. Y'all have to see how wicked it really is. As my sister would say, the devilishment that goes on. They sank a whole damn cruise ship with how many people died on the Titanic? Y'all already know, almost like
Listen,
world trade. Kill
but
all those people
my God,
just for
and you
four
know the
people.
saddest part about it was when that shit was happening, it had children that died on the boat because it was.
Yes,
Oh my
yes,
God, that shit was horrible.
yes,
It was horrible.
yes. All those poor people that died in the top supermarket. That was all about that one man, the security guard. It was all about him, nobody else. If y'all do your due diligence and do your research on that, I cannot call his name right now. I'm very sorry, my brain is on overload. But the security guard that
The
was
first
killed
lady,
at Tops.
where exactly are you? Because you're giving static.
The water. Let me turn my Bluetooth off. All right. Can y'all
Okay,
hear me?
perfect. You sound much better.
Okay. Yes. So the security guard that was killed at Tops, he actually created an engine that ran on water. Now y'all just do the math with gas at the other one's over there. With gas at $6 a gallon, $5 a gallon, depending on where you live. So now just do the math on somebody creating an engine that runs on water.
Think about it now. Well, the electric car.
Right. Electrical cars coming out, all of these things coming out, but now he makes, just like
Yes.
Dr. Sabi saying, he cured cancer.
Yes, G Dubs. That's what they were trying to do. They was definitely trying to patent a water fueled car.
Yes. And he's not the first one.
There's a white man.
There was a Caucasian man that did it in the 70s. And guess what? They took his ass out too. Anybody that's still stuck on black and white, you don't really know what's wrong. You don't really, yeah, he choked on cranberry juice. Mm-hmm. The white man choked on cranberry juice, supposedly. But he was saying to the people, they killed me, they killing me, they killed me. When he was dying, the man that made this water engine, this hydrogen engine in the 70s. So people, you got it all at the in the palm of your hand at this moment with these tracking devices that we talk on and the things that we do. You can look it up. Yeah, you
I
can
mean,
look it
look,
up.
even when you think you shut off your phone completely, and you know that was something that was talked about a lot during the time that Obama was in presidency. That was spoken about because they were trying to get that whistleblower Snowden. They was trying to get Russia to hand over Snowden to America, right? Because he was the whistleblower who exposed everything that was happening behind the scenes. Now, he exposed that even when you shut off your device, it could be
Hmm.
completely off. To you, it's off. To you, it completely turned off. Even when your phone dies, to you, your phone completely died. But in all reality, it never died. It's still on. They're still recording. They still can hear everything. They still can even see you, down to all your smart TVs. That's why the smart TVs are the way that they are. Because even when you turn off your smart TV and you assume that you're not being watched, you are being watched in your sleep. You ever felt like somebody was looking at you? Oh, yeah. It's not just the television, but better believe that. Go right ahead, First Lady.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. Trying to get situated here.
Mm. But
But
that
yeah,
documentary, you guys could definitely go back and just, watch
yes,
that.
documentary. Watch Ready Player One. Watch The Hunt for Red October. Watch all your animated cartoons that they try to tell you to make it look like it's cartoons, like it's not real.
That's where it really is.
But listen, they was doing it for a long time because we could go back to we could go back to the Simpsons, right? The Simpsons predicted a whole lot of shit.
Waking it up.
Okay.
They must tell you. They must tell you.
But
They
guess
must.
what? They've been doing it. They've been putting shit in plain sight.
They must. That is part
Okay.
of the. They have to tell you what they're doing.
So when you be like, oh, how to listen, it's hidden according in your mind is hidden, but it's in plain sight.
Mm-hmm.
It's up
Mm-hmm.
to you. But that's the thing about it. It's
And
so,
when you realize
so
it's hidden, y'all out there drinking Bull. I hope not. Y'all understand what the Red Bull says, right? Red Bull give you wings, right? They just ain't say it give you angel wings. Hmm.
simple. It give you wings. You damn
Right.
right. And they give you some bull sperm with it too.
They give you wings. That means you get your angel wings and you up out of here. Stop drinking that. And the sugar-free one that's supposed to be better is worse.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Say that again. You know what's so funny? I'm sitting here and I literally just caught it was like Red Bull give you wings. Oh yeah, they give you angel wings. You damn right, because you up
They,
out of here after you drink
they
that shit. That
killing
shit
you.
done gave
They
you a heart
killing you
attack.
drinking that. Uh-huh.
Type of shit. Oh, shit.
Right. The Monster energy drinks, none of those energy drinks are no good for you. When you are feeling away and you feel like you need a boost of energy, the boost of energy means you need to get your heart rate going. You don't need to take nothing for that. Although caffeine is addicting and you can be addicted to coffee, but at the end of the day, Red Bull is more than 6 espresso shots of coffee on your heart. It's no good for automatic. All you need to do is squat nice one time, do 5 jumping jacks, nice right quick. Guarantee you no
I
longer
ain't going
sleep.
front.
All you
I
gotta
ain't
do
going
is
front.
jumpstart your heart. That's all
That
you
right
gotta.
there is the truth. You know why that's the truth? Because I recently started Zumba, and I must say, I ain't going front. When you first start, it's like, oh my God, you get a little pain, whatever, because obviously your muscles and your body got to get used to what you're doing. But you have a burst of energy. You do. It don't
Right,
leave you down like, oh my God, like you do have that energy.
right. Your second wind kicks in. Your second wind kicks in. And we all have it. There's nothing that I'm speaking that
Listen,
nobody can't do. You don't need the medicine. If you want to see a doctor, you should see somebody holistic and herbal. Not none of these medical doctors that have been trained by the WHO, the WHO organization, the CDC, all owned by the Rothschilds, which is one of the 13 families that is being controlled by the reptilians that are here now and the Greys. That's that's
That whole that
that's
whole
a
part,
whole
you was
whole
definitely
nother
waking it on up. You was definitely doing that. For real. You ain't never said a lie yet, First Lady. And these are the things that
whole nother
we
time.
these are the things that a lot of us would not be aware of. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something, even for the ones that you see that's out here that's using, spirituality for a different reason. It's crazy. But G Dubs, let me tell you something. Zumba, yes, it is great. Lifestyle matters, diet and exercise. Let me tell you something. Health is wealth. If you're not healthy, then you damn sure can't make a way to continue to be wealthy, right? So health is definitely wealth. But for me, I realize incorporating things like that is very vital, but I didn't understand how vital it was before. And that's why even when the first lady mentioned it, was like, oh yeah, it gives you a burst of energy. So when you think that you have to be dependent on something else that was put out there for your eyes to see, not because it's there, does not mean you have to drink it. Real shit. So
Right.
I totally like listen, like that Zumba for real. It's definitely great. And I really will give anybody advice, please go try it. If that's something that you're able to do, or like she said, take your time out, squat, do a few squats, do what you gotta do to get yourself back in order before you decide to go and run and get that Red Bull that's gonna really give you the angel wings.
Right. Right. And that's just not what you like. You know, You know your boy Kevin Samuels was heavy on the Red Bull.
Yes, well, that's what I understood, and I think that's what played a part in him even having a heart attack.
Yeah, because he was having one of those and also, you know, be fulfilling his sexual pleasures.
Yeah.
All of
Listen,
that
let me
I
let
can't
me tell
take
you
that.
something. I feel like even the shit that they put on the market and telling these men, oh, get Viagra and all that
Yeah.
shit, leave that shit alone. Let me tell you something. Go drink a fucking
Bye.
Guinness. Excuse
Or
my
you give
language. Go drink a
right.
Guinness. Go, you know what I'm saying? Now it got roots you could probably boil and drink to get your stamina and all those different
You
things
already
up.
know
But
it.
like do stuff like come on.
You know that is, daughter. You know that for sure. I'm probably going. You gonna see me come in.
Some sea moss, but I feel like a lot of the deaths also that happen with men from older to even younger men is because they're trying to use drug enhancements to, you know what I'm saying? And that shit is giving these young people to the older people heart attacks. And I'm talking about massive strokes, seizures, all type of shit. Why? Because your body does not recognize poison and your body rejects anything it doesn't recognize. But that's why they have to slow dose us with anything they give us.
That whole part. Let's see. Where's the Odyssey?
So you guys know the first lady is going to be over on Bigo. I mean, come over, y'all. Check us out. I put it in the chat so you guys know what Bigo name to actually go to. And I'm about to head over there to go chill out with the first lady because that's where I definitely love to be, y'all. I definitely love hanging out. It be when I tell you it be lit, it be really, really lit. And it's very like a breath of fresh air. I promise you. And before the first lady leaves, I would like her to do me a favor and grace my platform by singing a song. The first lady, are you hearing me? Well, I'm gonna wait for the first lady to come back. But while she is on her way back, this is the Odyssey podcast with your girl, Word Justice. Please take the time out to subscribe, hit the up like button, notification bell. So every time that I go live, you will be notified. And tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. I mean, like I said, if y'all digging my content, and this is what we're able to keep on pushing. This is the platform that I'm building to keep our voices always able to be heard. I don't care what it is that you know that we need to be aware of. I want to know. I want you guys to always keep my mind going and always give me food for thought. And that's what I will be doing with you guys also. Always giving you guys food for thought. So when you walk away with something instead of nothing. The first lady, are you back in the building? Because I definitely want the first lady to sing a song for me right before she heads over to do her show. But like I said, if you following me, you definitely should come follow the first lady NYC presenting. Well, let me say it right. The first lady presenting Auntie's House NYC, and she will be on YouTube very, very soon. Also, like I said, go check her out. Please, there she goes. On YouTube very, very soon. Also, like I said, oh, First Lady, come back. Also, like I said,
Hello?
oh, okay, there you go. There you go. It
Okay.
was
First
two of you
lady,
coming up.
come back. All right, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I know what's happening. I know what's happening.
Now
Okay.
I can hear you because it's like a double. It's like
You
a
know
double.
why? Because when you go on the StreamYard, YouTube is still talking.
Okay, okay, I see what you're saying.
Well, I had
Because I
to,
was like, I was hearing a double back. Okay.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I
but
was
the
trying to
first
get on the
lady,
computer because I couldn't even see the chat on my phone.
I was just telling them that we're about to head over to your platform over there on Bigo, and we're about to get busy over there on Bigo. But before you leave, I would love if you would grace my platform with a song.
Oh my goodness. Hey, what am I saying? I need to get off of here and get my show ready for tonight.
All right. So do
Give
we
y'all
have
a
to
little bit
start?
to come on. Give you a little bit of what?
Yeah, give me a little bit to give them so they know what you're gonna be doing over there on Bigo.
What? Um, um,
So, guys, the first lady does her own music. She does her own renditions and all of that. And you get to hear that personally when you go to Bigo. And Bigo is more up close and personal, where you actually get to see her and get an actual physical sense and energy of what she comes on her platforms to do, especially when it comes down to music. And she has a beautiful, beautiful voice. And when I
um,
tell you it's undeniable, when you step into the room, that you'll always be back, I promise you will always be back. But that's why I want her to leave you guys with something so you guys know what to expect coming through in the building. So, can you do one of your renditions for me? What's up? You could just do a small part. You ain't got to do the whole thing because I know you got to get ready for your show.
Henny and Moscato. Scrolling through my e-phone. My e-phone. I used to have an e-phone. I should call me a homie. Cause I know he ain't coming home. The woman that I do try to be to him, I don't know why. But we've been through so much. I gotta call him anyway, saying, fuck that whack ass bitch trying to be me. You and I both know that that could never be. I say, fuck that whack ass bitch you think you found. And since you picked up, I know you're coming around. Oh, I'm just saying, get it together. Shit I do, she could do never. I'm just saying, get it together. And I'll stop hating only if you make me. All of the naked bitches. All right. That's the job.
All right, Ma. I know that you have to go and do your stuff on Bigo, and then you have to save your voice extra because I know you've been singing all week. I already know. But I had to listen. I had to let them get a little, you know what I
I,
mean?
I got you. I got you.
But yeah, guys, this is the Odyssey podcast, and I want to take the time out to thank everybody that came into the building. The first lady presenting Auntie House NYC, genuine artistry. I
Yes,
appreciate you guys, G Dubs. I appreciate you
yes,
guys.
yes.
Hashtag Life of Pearl. I appreciate you. Um, Gray, I appreciate you for pulling up for the support. I appreciate you. I'm trying to go down my line because I definitely don't
Thank
want to
you,
forget
G
nobody.
Dubs.
People. Uh, uh, uh. Yep. So I'm guessing I think I hopefully got everybody, but I just want to take the time out and let y'all know this
Yes,
shit right here is not gonna be possible without you guys. And I
right.
definitely need you guys to help me spread the word. And trust and believe me, if just one person hears what you saying and they like what they hear, or even if they don't like what they hear, always keep in mind they gonna go and check it out regardless because you
That's
said
right.
something. And
Tell
I
my daughter
appreciate
that
you
all the
guys so
time.
much.
One
That's
person
all.
a week
Mm,
could be 4 people for 4 people for the month. To and how many months for the year? How many months we have in the year? 12. That's 50 people. I mean, it's not even that. That's 50 people. But if one of those 50 people told one person, that's 100 people. And if their person told one person, that's 150, and so on and so on and so forth. So we never care about numbers. Just like on Bigo, you know, it's I want to say it's might be a little give you a little anxiety, like it looks a little crazy over there, shit flying all over the screen, because you allow to throw gifts at the people, but those gifts cost money. People do not have to give you anything, but we don't. We're not there for that. One thing you got to understand: the more people you help become successful, the more successful you become. That sounds crazy, but believe you me, it's not. And my daughter knows from day one, like my thing is always about helping and being there and trying to help someone else, even when I don't have. But I feel I have more than them. So if I have more than you, then I can help you. Even though somebody else might be looking at me like you stupid, you crazy, you can't. They don't have nothing. So there's no way you could tell me that you can't help. So with that being said, we ain't about on Bigo. I'm not about a bean. We about the bag. Like, don't get it twisted. But it's all for about wealth. We don't care about being rich. We don't care about numbers. If there's only 25 people in here all the time, if those are 25 faithful, loyal people that truly respect and appreciate the content, then we don't care. Because like I said, those 25 people are definitely telling people why they keep coming back. And out of the 15 people they told, they might just get one. So then that's someone else that's coming, and so on and so forth. So when people tell me, "Oh, you can't change everybody, and you can't," them people, first of all, get the hell away from them. Get away from them. If you got people telling you, "Why you want to do that?" Get the hell away from them. Don't even finish the conversation. "Oh, I was thinking about doing. Why you doing that?"
Mm-hmm.
You don't even need to be around them. You want to be around people that say, "Really? Wow, I support you. I would. Wow, that's good. You want that. How can I help you? How can I be a part? Or I would definitely like to support you. Like, you don't want nobody want to know why you doing that, or how you going to. You can't do that. That ain't even smart. Look,
Yep,
go
you
with
are
your
so
heart.
right about that.
Right. When you move off of love, when you move out of love, you can't move off fear. And the world is scared. And that's what they do. And that's how they just keep bowling us over, because you're scared. And you cannot be scared. You cannot live in fear. I'm not saying things don't make you fearful, but at the end of the day, you got to push through that. You got to keep feeding yourself positivity. The mind is so powerful. If you tell it one thing negative, it's going to keep chewing on that. You can't wake up and say, "Damn, it's going to be a bad day." Guess what you having? A bad day. I don't care if you wake up feeling like shit. Today is going to be a great day, because I'm going to make sure it's a great day. And as long as you tell your brain that, guess what? It's going to function you towards a great day. Thoughts become things. Manifest your own life and freedom. And that's what it's about, people. Becoming a state national, a sovereign being, returning to be, because you was born sovereign. So you want to return to your national state, and you want to eat from the ground, you want to eat from the earth, you want to eat the way it comes from the earth, without all of those preservatives and things of that nature. Or people always got an excuse. "Oh, it's expensive. Oh, it takes too long. Oh, this, oh, that." That means they don't want to do it. They don't want to do it. It's a way, and there's everything. You could have milk. You could everything that they giving you that's poison, like you drinking. Whoever's drinking cow's milk and giving a baby cow's milk, you're crazy. No disrespect, but why are you giving your child, or you drinking another species milk? We the only species think drinking somebody else's milk. Cats don't drink dog milk. Goats don't drink pig milk. Vice versa. But we the only ones that, if you do, they don't even push you to feed your child your own mother's milk. Oh, you know what y'all could look up? Look up bio milk. BIOMILQ, and see what they doing in the lab, creating breast milk. How to, excuse me, how,
No, go ahead.
excuse me?
How the fuck do you fucking create fucking
How?
breast milk in a lab?
How? And then say it's natural. How? Like what they did to the formula, y'all should have been happy. All these mothers scared, and, "Oh my God, there's no formula itself. You shouldn't have been giving your baby that in the first place." Then they turned around and flew it in from somewhere else. I definitely don't want that. "Oh, what is the baby gonna eat when they put water in the cow's milk?" No, don't give them cow's milk at all. Don't even give them almond milk. Read up what almonds do to the body. Unfortunately, it's a lot of things that you have been conditioned, indoctrinated, programmed to believe and to know, to eat and everything, and it is no good. It's no good. If you go look and see how milk is made from the cow, you wouldn't drink it anyway. But as I stated, it's a cow's milk. Why are you drinking it? After a baby gets the nourishment from the mother, they don't need milk no more. You don't need milk. They can't drink it. You need sun. You need sunlight. You need the sunlight. You need the nature. You need to put your feet to the ground. Like I said, hug a tree. You need to do sun gazing. Put your feet in the ground for 25 to 30 minutes and then look into the sun. If you do that every day, it will get easier and easier to look into the sun. And the sun is decalcifying your pineal gland because there's a lot of food that you're eating that's calcifying it, which means it's hardening and putting deposits on top of it to make sure that you can't see through it. You have 9 eyes. Religion is the real matrix. I don't really want to step on nobody's toes with the religion, but that's the true matrix. They teach you to pray and put your hands together, which is basically telling you to close your eyes. Bow your head. Your pineal gland should be facing forward. Your palms should be up because there are 2 eyes in the palm of your hands. Your 9 eyes. Your pineal gland is 1. Your 2 eyes is 2, 3. The palms of your hands are 4, 5. Your kneecaps is 6, 7. The bottom of your feet is 8, 9. Those are the 9 eyes of your body. Go check it out. Like I say, you don't have to believe anything I say, but everything that I've said tonight, there's a point and place that you can go hit Google. Better yet, do DuckDuckGo. Everybody's compromised at this point, but look it up. Look it up. Go to the library and do old school research. But you can look it up. You don't want to do that? You could pull it up on Google. I'm going to stop running my mouth because I could, like I said, I could be here till next week because the rabbit hole runs deep. And there's so many things you wouldn't believe. Right. There's so many
The
things
rabbit
you
hole
wouldn't
runs really, really deep, really,
believe.
really deep. But I know that you definitely got to come back, and we definitely got to definitely dive a little bit deeper into that rabbit hole. You already know I enjoy all the time, just like I say, just bringing awareness and just waking up certain things that have been asleep for a very long time. And with that being said, I know you have another show that you do
Right.
have to go
Y'all
and
see
do
my
because
sister that was
you're
here
gonna
earlier? Genuine Artistry. That's probably
have.
like her ninth page.
Mhm.
Because she wake it up so heavy with receipts and everything. They shut her down every time they get a chance.
Mhm.
So
That's
they really don't like this. They really don't like this. But see, right now we considered, you know, nobodies as far as they're concerned. So that's why we got a little more run right now. You know what I'm saying? But please know you're not a nobody. You are purposely and wonderfully made, like my sister would tell you, not a mistake. And I'm going to tell you, you are God. You are goddess. You are the creator of we are the mothers of civilization. There would be nothing without us. What do you mean I'm not supposed to walk around like I'm royalty? Are you kidding me? I thank everybody that's in the make sure y'all check out my family, follow my daughter Word Justice. Make sure y'all come back when y'all hit that bell so y'all know when she goes live. Make sure y'all follow my little sister Savage Royalty. She's here. She has a page, Real Savage Royalty, that she's going to start doing the news on. But right now, since she's part of the production team with Corey and Marlon, you can catch Savage on Just Face It, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. So check her out. You can check out Chef Ari for Life FNL Food News Live. Just like Savage does the real news, how Word do the news and the trending topics and things of that nature. My sis Chef Ari for Life, that's how she wake it up on the food for you. She was an industry chef out there for many, many, many years. So she knows what was going on in them commercial kitchens and things of that nature. Um
First lady, I'm gonna be
yes.
right back. I'm gonna be right
Okay.
back. Finish up.
Okay. So she does food news. So check her out. She has a podcast. She's also on Bigo, and she's also here too, I believe, with FNL. But all you have to do is look up Chef Ari for Life. I'm probably going to have to do a new page because my page is over a year old, and I'm very sorry because I have subscribers on there that I might not lose. But at the end of the day, if they go, they wasn't meant to be. The ones that really want to be there, meant to be there, be there. And like I said, it's not about numbers for me. It's about spreading the word and the truth and love and solidarity, togetherness, and just waking it up and really bringing my people to a realization that you are powerful. Can you figure out any other reason why they go so hard to keep you down? Think about it. Why they don't want you to know who you are? Because they know a whole lot. They know a whole lot. They used our own magic against us. People start to, oh, magic voodoo, oh, that's crazy, you crazy, crazy. I'm not. The true basic essence of science is magic. Go look that up. The essence of awakening. If you understand what that means, awakening, people will tell you you're crazy. That was really nice for now. You're crazy and things of that nature. When you're woke, you're crazy. So don't let nobody tell you you crazy because you speaking what you know. And if you have a question and things ain't adding up to you, if it don't add up, if the math don't add up, it don't make sense. Math and science go together. That's why you should have supreme mathematics. First of all, knowledge yourself. Need that. Need that. Need that. If it don't if it don't add up, it don't make sense. And that's with everything in life. Don't look at it and say, well, that doesn't really sound like it's right. Then it's not. That little, what they tell you, the little voice in your head when you get ready to do something and say don't do it. Oh, that's the spirit talking to you. Don't do it. Start listening to yourself. The God within. Love yourself. Self-love is the best love. You can't love nobody else until you love yourself. And doing some self-love is to get into yourself, get knowledge of self, do some grounding, meditating, and spreading love. Spread love. And that's really going to help you in this life. That's going to help you with ascending low frequency people, low vibrational people that only want to do that shit, to come in here talking about people's sucking neck, this and this and that. Only people doing that. We don't need that. You don't need that. Don't even get too caught up with them because you are ascending high. Get up out of there. I love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting Word Justice. Thank y'all for supporting me. Hope to see y'all. If I don't see y'all in the Bigo streets, I'll definitely see y'all in these YouTube streets. And tomorrow is ladies' night on Bigo, and I will be there for that. If you coming through Bigo tonight, we are doing a karaoke lounge at 8:30. And tomorrow's ladies' night. Friday we'll be back with the karaoke lounge, and I'll see y'all in these streets. Word Justice, thank you for the platform. Thank you for the
Thank
energy.
you. Thank you. I appreciate all the time that you pull up. You already know. Like I always say, I'm always grateful. And it's always a true appreciation that I'm always able to be blessed with just good people. And I could just feel the energy every time I come into the room and G Dub walk into the building and you know what I mean? Hashtag Life of Pearl and genuine artistry and the first lady presenting Auntie's House NYC, and even Puerto Rican 360 and the ultimate came in. And I know I just got just great people that just pull up in the building to come have the conversation, bring awareness, perhaps leave with the food for thought. And I just like all the time, I just always feel blessed. And like the
Good
first
night,
lady
Big
said,
Dub. Thank you.
good night. Good night. I'll be over there. I'll be over there. And with me saying all of that, like I said, you guys know I appreciate and I'm so grateful and I'm so wealthy So go check out the First Lady on Beagle, y'all. We'll be over there. This is the Odyssey Podcast with your girl Word Justice. Please subscribe, hit the up like button, notification bell, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. And you guys have a blessed night. Peace.
Peace.